strangely, came to find out they were having the same problem we were, bugs swapping their bodies out. Beat the big bad for that week. Found the portal, found out that one was man-made, and took a key card to open instead of a typical stone, so kind of giving you guys the idea that anything and everything could possibly be one or the other at this point. Had the opportunity to swap bodies. Everybody, after some deliberation, eventually chose not to. Stepped through, and here we are. So, when we step through these, like when you guys step through, you don't really like see anything because it's almost like instantaneous, like you're through and you're on the other side. There's like a momentary feeling of like you're being pulled, so like you're almost in two places at once for a second before coming out. So when you come out, we all come out, and we've got Griffin and Medusa, Kymos, Rosemary, over there, Flapjack, and then because we came and woke you guys up, and then we went through the portal, and you never actually put him away, Pikachu is still out. So you come out. It's nighttime. Light snow falling. As you look around, you're like on a cobblestone, like it's cobblestones. Like dusting the snow on the cobblestones. You realize you're in like almost like a courtyard. So there's like a stone wall all the way around you. Behind is a big wrought iron gate. It's closed. In front of you, big building, stone, metal, a little bit of metal, mostly stone work though. A couple of smokestacks at the top, very top of it. One of them is kind of like lazily puffing out smoke. Go from there.
I would like to look around, like investigate, see if there's any signs around.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm going to do one for Pikachu.
Okay.
Because if he sees something in the middle.
Go for it. So that's investigation.
I have 3 Pikachu, obviously sees more than me. So Pikachu. Oh wait, that's right. Well, Pikachu got a 14. I got a 3 plus 1.
Investigation.
So 4.
So you got a 4. Pikachu got what?
14.
14. So as you look around, it's a fairly decent sized courtyard. You probably figure it's probably about 60 to 80 feet square. You don't really notice anything out of the blue. It's dark. So without your, having any kind of dark vision, you don't really see more than what's not far in front of your face. Pikachu, he's same thing. Like he's just kind of toddling around after you. Doesn't really see much. So.
Well, I have my lantern, so I'm gonna pull that up.
You pull out your lantern. Okay. So that gives you a little bit of extra light from where we're all standing here. The building's more kind of about right about there. So again, still. That your lantern doesn't go very far, so you can kind of see like right in here. And again, it's just cobblestone, paved, light snow falling.
I'm gonna turn and look at the wrought iron gate.
Okay.
And like look through it and see what's.
Is the wrought iron gate here?
Back here. So we're all here. The
That's
building's
where
there.
So
you guys are gonna go. So investigation checks for the two of you.
I just want to see what's.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm
in the
gonna
gate.
look.
Okay.
I'm just gonna light up the light for them a little better.
So you're just gonna walk with them to the
You
gate.
already have
Come on,
those.
Pikachu.
And you guys, yes, you do have your dark vision.
Dark visions are.
So you can see a little bit better in dim light, basically.
You said investigation?
Investigation. Yep.
19.
19. 19 and 10. You can see a little bit past the gate through it. Looks like there's almost like a town behind it. Again, the streets are all cobblestone. You can see some stone sidewalk, maybe cobblestone. You're not quite sure from how close you are. You're able to see a little bit farther back. It is a town. The houses are kind of like ramshackle would be a good word. Like it's almost like I don't want to say like it's like a lower. It looks like it would be like a lower income type of neighborhood.
Okay.
But they're like it's not modern. It's more of like old school like stone and wood buildings. Kind of some of them are a little dilapidated. Something like that, maybe like a little bit in between Victorian and say nowish.
Okay.
So like
Got it.
go with like late 1800s.
Okay. I was gonna say probably from the 1900s somewhere.
Late 1800s, early 1900s, something like that.
Okay. Can I see if? Well, first off, guys, I see there's a house. The house is back behind these gates. Can I try and open the gate?
You can try. You don't need to rush. You just try to open the gate.
Yeah, yeah.
It's locked.
Okay.
You can try to open it. I don't know if you have thieves' tools or anything like that, or she does. So
I was gonna ask if maybe Pikachu could try to lightning bolt it
Yeah.
open.
you want to lightning bolt open the metal gate? Go for it.
Well, oh, never mind.
15.
I don't want to try that with electrocute us.
Proficiency with thieves' tools.
I'll see if you can get it open first.
17. So she fiddles with the lock, and it snaps, and she's not able to get it open.
Okay.
Well, then I'm not gonna try. Cause it'll probably just catch. Like, is there rust on it?
You can't tell in the dark.
I'm gonna use my knock spell
Okay.
to unlock it. It's choose an object in range that contains a mundane or magical means that prevents access. The target that is held shut by a lock is unlocked. If it has multiple locks, only has one that unlocks. If you choose a target that is locked with an arcane lock, the spell is suppressed for 10 minutes. When you cast the spell, loud knock audible from 300 feet. 9 minutes per target object.
So you try, and it does have some arcane
Okay.
spell work to it that does keep it locked.
Okay.
So you're able to dispel that. Unfortunately, that's the magical lock on it. The actual physical lock is still not open.
Okay, well,
Alright, I tried.
why don't we just go in the house?
The other way. This way over here.
Go in.
Well, I'm gonna try to electrocute.
You wanna try and electric the
So then have
I
Pikachu.
am back in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rosemary's backing up.
I'm getting closer to this house.
Well, if it works, then that's.
So you're not quite sure if it's like a house per se. It's
Okay,
just a
building,
very large
okay.
building. Yes.
Okay, very
building.
large
So yeah,
building.
she's backing up too. So you
I'll
got.
back up too.
Oh, you're just gonna send him in? Well, that's fine. So right about there, give me he needs to give an attack roll on the gate.
I'm attacking him. I'm attacking a gate.
You're attacking a gate. Go for it.
16.
Plus. Should be what is it like +6 to hit? Whatever.
Why do you scroll this?
No, what is in front of it? Does it say something to hit?
Which one?
He's only got the one attack.
Nope.
So it's just straight. Okay, so you rolled a what?
I rolled a 16.
16.
Alright, well we'll say that hits the gate. I mean it's just a metal gate, it's not like it's anything too hardcore. So he shoots a thunderbolt at it and it crackles along the gate, fries up the gate, you see like Tesla coil almost like just shooting off like that, and after a second it kind of fizzles out and fades and nothing happens to the gate.
Alright, Pikachu, at least we tried.
So what's he doing? Because everybody else is
Make him go back.
calling him back. Alright, so you call him up. So as you guys get closer to the front of this building, if everybody wants to go ahead and do a perception check just to see if they can see anything else.
Who's gonna do it? Perception?
Perception. Yeah.
18.
Oh, I rolled a 2 and Pikachu rolled a 13. 18.
6,
So,
10, 18?
18.
18 and 18?
I got, Pikachu got 13, I got 2.
I got 9, so. Okay, so you guys are able to, again, thanks to your low light vision, you're able to see that there are the doors. It's two rather large, kind of oval shaped at the top wooden doors. There are on either door is a large metal letter. There's a C on this one and a B on this one. You're able to see with your low level or your low light vision behind those letters, like on the door itself. There's like faded parts of the wood. Actually, I guess it would be darker, whereas the rest of the wood would be faded. Almost like there was something else there that was maybe ripped down and those were put up.
Okay.
Can they try to like read it?
It's a big, you can't really see because it's like on the wood, faded into the wood, and then there's these letters are put over
Well,
top of it.
Before we try getting in here, I'm just gonna take it out of vision real quick.
Ooh, smart.
I'm at my full health.
So am I, because I
For
help
you guys.
Well, I took health potions while we were hanging out, waking him up.
Yeah, I might take that
I used a hit dice. That's why I'm missing hit dice. Yeah, you as we remember, Jack, you took that long rest while we were doing that last fight, so you're fully healed. You have everything back. Anything that we were missing, hit dice or anything like that, we still haven't had a chance to take any kind of a rest to get those back because we kind of killed it and jumped through.
6. 5 back on that.
Nice. Only one short of mine.
There you go. Medusa good.
Yeah.
Pikachu good. He rested with you.
You guys can talk about stuff. I'm just gonna try.
Well, I'm gonna try to open the doors.
Okay. So you go up and they're pretty solid. So give me a strength check.
And they gotta be heavy too.
They are. They're heavy. They're very heavy, solid wooden doors.
20.
Right. All right. So you kind of got to give it a little oomph, a little bit of elbow, but you're able to creak one open, and so the door is open once everybody's ready.
I don't like that.
Alright, so the door's
That
creaked open.
creaking.
The door creaked open. You're able to get through.
Alright, well, I'm gonna look inside before I walk inside.
All right. So you peek your head in, and it looks like in front of you, it's pretty dark. There's no light in there, so you're getting a little bit of spillage from his lantern, a little bit of spillage from the street lights. That a little bit of street lights would be out there. Some of the moon glow, dark vision. It's right inside the door. It's not very big, but it's like a foyer, just kind of like a little entryway that you come in to kick off your shoe and kind of deal. Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, I don't wear shoes.
Well, it is an example.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna walk in then.
She follows.
I'll go.
They're all headed.
Everybody follows.
Yep.
So you get into this little foyer. Again, it's not very big, and it comes out into a larger room. This room is lit up pretty well. From what you can see right off the bat, it's pretty much a large oval-shaped room.
Okay.
Up here to your left, there's a balcony up top. Not very well illuminated. That's kind of in shadow, but you can make out the railing, so you're able to see that there's there. In the crux of the oval, directly across from you, is another door, and then to your right hand side on the wall is a very large parchment, almost like that has something written on it, but again, it's not quite bright enough to see. So if anybody wants to give another round of investigation checks to see see any more.
investigation.
Hopefully I roll better this time.
Nat 20.
Oh, well,
19.
I kind of rolled better.
5.
Pikachu
Okay.
got a 4, I got a 6.
You don't have to roll for him every time. That's your prerogative. I don't mind. I'm just
Oh, I
letting
just
you know.
want to see.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I'm just letting you know, since companion's a new thing for you, you don't have to, he doesn't have to do everything, just whatever you want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I see something important,
Right.
I'll roll for him then.
Alright.
I got so Pikachu's at 11, I got 6.
Okay. So, you got a 19. So you're able to see as you look around, everything's got a pretty decent state of disrepair.
Okay.
Everything's dirty.
Got a layer of dust.
Floor's cracked, layer of
Gotcha.
dust.
Just picture.
Yep. And then with her nat 20, so she goes over to the scroll on the side of the wall, and as she starts reading it, she's able to make out.
Daddy, if you see a white Pokemon or a white thing walking around, just Pikachu. 'Cause
What do
they'll
you mean
probably
yellow? You said white.
Because
Yellow.
all the dust.
It's all the dust.
Well, like you'd be rolling in it. Got it.
No, I mean it'll be falling.
Yeah,
on
just
it
get
or
on.
something.
Oh, it's not
Close.
falling or anything. It's just like layers.
Ah.
like
Layer
if
already.
you
Well,
like
the
if
spear gonna be white.
right. So she starts to read this scroll on the wall, and she makes out, I, the undersigned, hereby forfeit all rights, privileges, and my life. As she does this, as she gets that out, everybody feels like a pain in their chest, and before you realize it, everybody's name has been signed at the bottom of this in blood.
Cool.
As this happens, you all hear a voice behind you go, well, now that the formalities are out of the way, welcome. You all turn around, and up on up on the balcony, there's a man standing there that wasn't there before. You can kind of make out in the shadows. It's a little bit harder for you to see because you don't have the dark vision. Tall, lanky-looking guy, wearing a top hat. It's like a brown color, purplish suit, pants. He's got a walking stick,
I'm gonna be made into candy.
scraggly hair, and his teeth are all kind of jacked up.
Be made into candy.
You picked it. He goes,
I know where this is.
"Welcome everybody. My name's Charlie, and welcome to my factory." Now you understand what the CB on the wall is. So he continues. He goes. He proceeds to tell you, haven't had this for too long. Ever since I was a kid, my won it in a contest from my old friend Wonka, and we kind of work together here. It's a lovely chocolate factory. We make all sorts. We did make all sorts of chocolate and candies and confection for children. Till the day that Wonka had a terrible accident and fell into the taffy machine. So ever since I took over, I kind of redesigned it a little bit. We kind of stopped the candy. We went a little different route. And I have to say, a buddy of mine, he's kind of gotten to the point where he knows you're looking for him. So he paid me a handsome sum to entertain you all. So if you'd like, please enjoy a tour of my factory. Self-guided, of course. I'm sorry, I'm much too busy to take you myself. And with that, the door across opens on its own, and he steps back into the shadows and out.
Okay, I'm gonna get out.
Should have stuck to candy.
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Pikachu back in.
You put him back in the ball? Alright, so I'll let you hold on to him until you want him back out. You can give him to me.
Because I don't want him to get.
So, at least, well, not necessarily a good thing, but at least he knows that we're on to him and we're following him.
It's a good thing if we.
You want even a little bit of a trail behind you all.
I mean, yeah, we can leave
You've
a
been
trail.
taking out some of his men and generals, and he's got his eye on you now.
But at least we're also knowing we're following the right path. We keep finding them, so.
Yeah.
It's true.
And I just hope
a little bit
they
too
can,
behind.
Good. I wish he wasn't a little.
Kid.
I'm glad I wish he wasn't a little baby, and he'd show space, but.
Well, apparently he's a busy man.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of eggs and a lot of baskets, I guess.
Apparently.
Alright, so.
I think I know why you said that. Because he eats your soup.
It was a joke, yes.
Alright, well, I
mean,
guess.
Is there anything more on this scroll that tells us what the rest of the?
The rest of it's pretty faded and rubbed
Okay.
off from the, it's been there a long time.
Just didn't know. If
Other
there's-
than your names now written in
Yeah,
black.
I just didn't know if there's anything more that was gonna tell us what we need to do.
Well, I have a feeling we're walking to the chocolate factory.
That's the
I'm
only
gonna
place
ready my
looks like we're
titanium
going.
sword.
You're ready to walk? Okay.
But I'm gonna hold it behind my back so that way he doesn't know. Like if he
Cool.
tries to throw anything at us,
That's fine. Alright.
I'll be ready.
Alright.
We'll sleep here over there.
I guess we'll move it on.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is my bag of holding basically just a backpack?
They're typically like I described to you before. You watch the Harry Potter movies. Hermione has that little bag that she opens up and she get one. It's basically that.
Ah.
It's same pretty. It's just like it looked like a coin purse. Like if you think about coin purses from about like that big. Just it's like a TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'll move first.
So you're
Alright.
going through that door.
Yeah.
All right. She's gonna follow along. So you come in to a very large. Yeah, I'm gonna need you down here.
Yeah, well.
Well, anyway, so you, you come into a very large hallway. It's about 50 feet across, about 100 feet long. It's bright colored or brightly lit. This one's actually you're able to see, and it's pretty much just stark metal along the walls. Nothing really to see. At the very far end of it, you can make out another door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just metal walls. Just a wall.
Can I tell Pikachu it'll be okay if I don't
Well,
make
he's
it?
in the ball, so you can talk with the ball.
I'm pretty sure over here we
I would imagine they probably could hear. I have no idea. That's a good. I have no idea, but I would imagine they can hear you in there.
They can hear through.
Yeah, I would imagine. They,
Pikachu, if we go on a little bit of a rough ride, I'm sorry.
Might as well go
I
through
mean,
the door.
I'd like to, I guess,
Talking
go
about-
towards the door, but I'd rather not be the first one.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I got you.
you're going first.
I'll go next.
All right.
On Jess.
So we'll.
I'll be next on Jess.
So you're gonna go there, or we're gonna take up the rear.
Yeah.
So you get to the end of the hallway, and again, doors there. Above the door, there's a large. It's just a number 5, a red number 5 on the wall.
Okay.
Above it, and then on the door is a brass plaque that just reads, "When is a door not a door?"
When is a door not a door?
When is a door?
I have a feeling we're gonna have to answer this riddle to get in, so
So you can try the door first.
I
Need a
just
perception check or investigation or anything like that, or
yeah, but I'll look to see if I can open the door.
Yeah, if you want to
I
open
rolled
the
a
door.
1.
so you don't see nothing.
He can open no door.
You
He's
don't
stuck
see
on that riddle.
Yeah, he's thinking. Yeah,
Is it a
you're
perception or
pondering.
investigation?
I would like to
Whichever
take.
one you're higher in, we'll do.
Okay,
We'll go that way.
investigation.
Okay,
You
well
know
I
what?
rolled up 19, so
17.
Okay.
You know what?
So you can't see any visible door handle or anything like that. No, like kind of like you're checking for like maybe like a little like push button. You know, you can't.
yeah.
You're pretty much assuming that you're gonna have to answer the riddle to get through the door.
I want to start slashing at the door.
When is a door not a door?
It's a window.
Wait, I can't do that because then he'll know I have my sword.
Well, I think you probably already know.
I know.
Like, you've been being followed for a while.
Well, then-
Apparently, somebody's watching you. Somebody knows you.
Yeah.
When is a door?
You guys are thinking about that? Are you thinking about? Do you want to try to hack at the door?
No.
Okay. You thinking about the riddle?
Yeah.
Hey, riddles.
I was never good at riddles.
I'll give you all a minute to think about it.
Yeah, give us a
then I'll,
second.
then I'll have words.
Someone told me this really hard riddle. It's like you literally have to move a bunch of things across a river, but you can only do 2 things at once.
Well, why don't we focus on this
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
You can tell us that one later.
Yeah. Hey, maybe I can challenge the audience for that. They can answer it.
Yeah, if you guys think about it too, what do you guys think the answer is?
I hate when I can't figure out words.
And you're on candid camera.
That's fine.
Do you want Rosemary to roll one?
Or not a door.
When it's open.
Yeah, when it's open. I was gonna say. See
Wait.
through.
When it's not on the hinges. Because if a door is there and you take
Well,
off
how
the
about
hinges,
we
well,
say
then there's no
answers?
door.
How about we say answers that we think it is out loud? That way, if we say the right answer, the door pops open.
Hey, there you go.
So a door is not a door
I
when
feel
it's
like-
open.
Yeah.
I feel like
happens.
Charlie's just trying to trick us, and he actually has the key.
When it's a door, not a door.
When there is no-
Opportunity.
When there is no
Nothing
door.
happens.
When there is no door.
Nothing happens.
When it's just painted like. Right around.
Rosemary, got any ideas?
She's got ideas.
What was that, a nat 20?
No, 16 plus.
That's
I can't find it.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, she could answer this riddle right now. It'd be an insight check, which she has proficiency in, so it's a 21. So she would know the answer. So if you want her to answer, she can answer.
Wait, where is the insight?
Insight's in that big long box. It's a wisdom.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I got a +2 in that.
What do you want to do? An insight check to see if you figure it out. All right. If you guys want to do an insight check to try to figure it out as well.
So 15.
proficiency bonus. 'Cause
Oh.
if you're proficient in it, then you would have that plus whatever your modifier plus your proficiency
Okay, well,
bonus.
I still don't have it because I
I
got
only got-
7.
I got
All total,
Yeah.
I got 13 also.
18. Ready?
Is the door not a door when it's a mimic?
As you say this, tentacles come flying out of it, and its mouth opens up as a jaw.
Great.
Roll initiative.
I hope I roll good on this.
I roll initiative for Medusa now, don't I?
She's part of the party. Jack would too if Pikachu were out, but he's in the ball, so right now he's not.
You have to wait
Oh,
until
wait.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to call him out, and that would take an action for you to call him
So
out.
I almost had an 18,
Okay,
but I
well.
rolled onto a 5.
So you got 5.
Here we go.
Oh, well now I get a 20.
Alright.
She always rolls higher than me.
Now I always get a 20.
Hang on.
She can't do anything.
Well, if she goes before she does, I control
Yeah.
her. So, what did Medusa get?
A 22.
Alto. Wow.
Was it a nat 20?
A nat 20 with, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, she was gonna go first here, right? What did you get?
18.
Tyler?
Ah, a solid 3.
Solid 3.
I
Nice.
got
With your
5.
perfect. With
Yeah,
your initiative.
yeah, that's with my initiative.
Your
Yeah.
initiative's on
5.
Yeah,
With
my
your initiative and all that?
Not good.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
No.
So,
You rolled a 5.
Plus your initiative check.
8.
I mean, yeah, 8.
Eight.
Still not high, but
It's better than a 3.
Okay, so Medusa's going first,
I don't know.
followed by Griffin. So at least you only have one turn where you.
Yeah.
Probably should have taken the out of the ball.
That's what, and then Rosemary. And Flapjack.
Thankfully, I have my sword still ready.
And the Mimic. And Cosmos.
There it is.
Okay.
Why-
So Medusa's got first round, and she's like, she just sees bad guy, rawr, and she's
Yeah.
just gonna come running up, give her an attack on the.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
wrong
was
one.
on
No, it's
chest.
okay.
Now remember, like it's 50 feet wide, so you gotta go like you're looking at 10 squares across right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So
Yeah, so just the last.
And this is the wall then.
and then that's the wall. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's in the door basically. Yeah.
Okay. So Medusa goes up.
Yep.
18.
That'll hit.
I actually know what I'm going to try for this first round.
Well, you already have your sword ready. Remember, you already pulled it
Oh,
out and you
yeah.
had it in your hand, so
8.
you readied it already. 8 damage.
Yes.
I'll use it, and then on my next turn, I'll
Okay.
switch
Griffin's
over.
turn.
Okay.
Now remember what you're not supposed to forget.
Oh, yeah, Medusa just keep attacking us.
Okay.
Alright, let's get out the moonsicle.
Oh.
Why are you scratching it? She could technically scratch it.
No, her attack's a bite attack.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what do you say?
I could,
Wait.
you mean me?
Yes.
Oh, she's talking about your private side.
Yeah, I could, yeah. You're right, but I'm gonna get the moonsicle out.
Okay.
That one, so.
That one. So yeah, you go to take a swipe at the door, and you're still a little freaked out, like you're trying to figure out a riddle, and all of a sudden you got claws in your face. So yeah, well, I'll let's do that this time.
Yes.
So you go ahead and swing and miss. So since you didn't hit, you don't have to roll the lycanthrope percentile. Rosemary's up. She's gonna keep her distance, and she's just gonna try to fire a shot at it. So we're gonna get a little more of these at some point, but I'm not gonna have my gun anymore.
I wanna sell some stuff.
Well, 12, 16.
Hold on, I'm gonna check my bag of work.
So-
I still might have that
This
stick.
is the good stuff.
What's that?
That is-
Yeah. I just
Sorry.
No, you're alright. Or new subscription.
ADHD.
No, this month's subscription just came out. So she does hit. So that is a D8 plus 2.
Still have that, dice.
You had the other dice stone that we didn't use
So, we can
for a whole
hopefully use that on this.
3 damage.
Take a week.
Which makes it Flapjack's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna hit with my sword.
Okay, so you're moving up to it. Alright.
Yeah, I want to move it so that where it can get flanked. Like
You
on
can't
these-
because this is
Oh,
the
that's
wall.
right. Well,
In the wall.
I'm gonna attack you.
Yeah, essentially it is the wall, yeah. Attack with the sword. Alright.
And then 15 plus.
Proficiency.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So
And then also
18
strength.
and
Also your
so
You hit.
18. Yeah.
21
So-
would have been the final.
Go ahead and roll your damage for it.
One. 4. That's plus 2. Yep, plus 2, so 6.
6. So you come down on it and you go across, slicing across the door, and you realize that, it's not wood, it is, the biological material of the mimic, but you do get a nice gash in. You said 6. Okay. And it's the mimic's turn, and it's going to go Medusa's front and center. It was the first one to come at it, and it's going to try to bite her back. Was a 13 hit,
Her armor is 13.
so it hits. So she bites.
And
It bites back for.
I didn't know if it had to be on the AC or
It's got to at
or
least
above
meet.
it.
It's got to like if it meets the AC, it's like it
Yeah.
barely was able to do it. So it's a D8 and a D8 of bludgeoning and a D8 of so 6 and 6. So 12 points of damage total for Medusa. Cosmos is up.
Alright. I'm going to stay back and fire him with a ray of frost.
Okay.
Will it not hit?
It would hit. I'm
But
just
am I
thinking
gonna
with
hit
the
these?
line,
Oh,
you're
right.
gonna hit one of those two. They're gonna be in your line.
Sorry.
I mean, now granted, remember it's a long hallway. You've
Yeah,
got
I'm just
10
trying to
squares
what-
worth. So
where
like
would
if
it
you were to go
Yeah.
like over here, that would, because this is the wall.
Or even if you move up one.
Or yeah, if you take your speed,
Then
what's your
it's-
movement speed?
30.
30, so you're here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, like right in there, or
Okay.
20 right here, so like
I'll
right
stay
in,
over here.
that would, so that'll,
Okay,
it'll,
right across.
it'll glance past
Okay.
Flapjack.
Okay.
You'll kind of like go over his shoulder.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna move my pancake head over,
Okay.
so that way I don't get
Well, you can make an acrobatics check to see if you can do that. I mean, you don't have to, but if you feel like
I
it, go
will.
for it.
Just
Yeah, because it's
thinking.
like where he's positioned now, it'll kind of like go
Around.
right past you.
Unless you roll in that one.
Unless he messes up his roll.
And that's 4.
Alright. So
I
a
hope he doesn't.
ranged spell attack.
Okay. So you.
And yeah, I'm just looking at my spell attack.
Oh, I get a plus 3 in that.
Yeah, did you guys like
Nat
add?
20.
Well, you're definitely gonna hit. Did you guys add your proficiency bonuses into your spell save attack? Because like.
No, I didn't know if that.
No, never mind. Never mind. Wrong thing. Nope. I've been watching a lot of Critical Role and coming up with this, and I've got a lot of mixed up. So yeah, you definitely hit.
Okay.
And because it was a crit and it is on an attack, it will do double damage.
Okay. So that's 2d8 now because I'm level 5. So that is 11.
So 22. Alright, so
It's
you.
the best ray of frost of
That's right. So you fire off your ray of frost. You can see this, the bundle of ice coming out. Hits the door, it shrieks, and you can see like ice crystals starting to form on it for a second or two before just the heat from the room melts them off. Top of the round, the walls close in 10 feet, and that 5 becomes a 4.
Alright, well,
Medusa's turn.
this looks like it's turn limit here, guys, so. Have to
Okay.
do some damage.
So Medusa is gonna bite.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm gonna check out my most
Nat
powerful.
20.
I forgot I had that.
So that put a fire in her.
That sure did.
So it. And I add the 2 after I doubled this. That's what
You double this
that's
and then
what we got,
add
right?
the modifier.
7, 14, 16.
So 16. Alright. Nice.
Now
So-
Medusa.
Medusa, she goes and she lunges and she bites and she's actually able to bite through one of its tentacles and it's writhing on the floor now.
Yeah.
Now it's Griffin's turn.
That'll be fun. Anyway. Screw it.
It's a good thing you aren't a magic user. Heavy.
We're just gonna dual dagger it.
Stick with
I don't think I
yours.
have any flame arrows left. now.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I used the
Could
last
have
one.
put a water
Yeah.
on you on but
Sorry. But
No, she found those ones that she
yeah.
didn't find those.
I-
She didn't buy them, she found
I
them.
don't know how to make
Yeah, that's where the lack of like an artificer in the party kind of like, you know.
So 11, 14, 15, 16. 16.
That'll hit.
16, 2, 4. 10.
10. So you come in and you're like back on the back of Medusa, like, you know, you're like, good girl. So you're just one dagger in, it's shrieking and all that going on. It's looking pretty rough. It's starting to have trouble holding that form.
Okay.
So Rosemary's turn.
Oh, is it starting to do what it did in the Halloween town where it was like changing from a bunch of forms?
Not quite yet. It's trying to hold that door form because it still doesn't want to let you through, but it's having trouble keeping that form. So she's going to go ahead and stick with what works. So she's going to fire another shot.
Hopefully it'll go through this time. Launch each other blunderbuss.
Footlock work best. 4, 10, 12, because she still has a +2 proficiency. So she fires, and she's barely able to get that shot off and hit it with it like kind of molding and flailing around this, that, and the other. So it's a D8. 8. So she fires and bullet punches a hole straight through the mimic, and it just melts away and it's done.
Aww.
Our crits
I
helped
needed to
out.
use my extra.
The crits helped out a
The
lot
crits helped out a lot.
with its 69 health.
Yeah.
So it's dead. She goes over and she kind of like rummages through it, but she doesn't find anything. So the way through is now open. As that door is now open, the walls start closing in faster.
Come on,
Okay, go, let's go.
Run, 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 run,
Alright,
run,
we'll
run,
go
run,
through.
run, run. I don't
So
wanna
as
get
the last
crushed.
one of you makes it through, as Kaimos, you make it through, and as you do, behind you hear bam, and there you look back and it's solid. You barely were able to make it through before it slammed shut.
I was expecting that.
Alright,
I wasn't.
so once you kind of get your bearings about you, you're like, that was a nice real quick round. I don't think anybody took any damage. No,
Medusa.
Medusa did.
We're gonna give her.
I'm
Go
running out of
ahead.
time.
Before we get there, so as you look around, you see you're on like a large landing. There's stairs that come down and curve and go down, and the room in front of you is the first thing you notice is the smell. It's pretty putrid. It's pretty rotten smelling, pretty gross. You see, what may have at one point been like green grass. Some odd colored and odd looking like bushes and trees and flowers, kind of in the middle of the room because like you're up like kind of high, you kind of got a vantage point down in the room. You can see cutting through the middle of the room. It looks like a very like dirty water, polluted like river, On the other side of that is like a rock face that you can kind of tell that part of the rock face might look like it used to have like there's smooth grooves worn in part of it, like there used to be like constantly flowing water, but it's no longer anymore. As you guys are looking around, you hear this like crackling sound, and you hear Charlie's voice over some sort of intercom system. He goes, "Well, congratulations on figuring out my riddle. You made it through the incredible shrinking hallway. Welcome to the edible room. Everything here is edible, or eatable, or, well, maybe not anymore. I don't know if I would trust it. It's been here a while, and again, it's just got that rotten, like, kind of decay to it. Good luck, enjoy." And then it cuts out.
Cool.
Nice. Well,
Do you want to? If you have a minute now,
You have, I mean, like, you're up on this, you're not in the room proper yet.
Uh-huh.
You're still up on this.
did you
Kinda
want to
like-
do what you were gonna do for?
yeah, give me a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Pikachu out.
All right, in here.
Sorry.
I got it. No, you're good.
I can't throw that.
No, it's not you. It's a see-through yellow.
Yeah,
And
it
caught
makes
that
sense.
light. I couldn't see it. So
Yeah, alright, so
you guys are on the landing. So we'll just say like, she's hanging out next to you. Pikachu's over here with you now. We're kind of just like filling the gap.
I'm gonna give Medusa
And
No,
I think
fish.
you fell over. Rosemary fell over.
Oh.
Wow. Whatever. She's upside down. Whatever. The 6 is on top. Okay.
Well, this room. I'm wondering if this room's gonna have some funky thing. Well, other than the smell.
I wish I had
That
some
we have to do.
You wish had some Febreze.
Be nice.
He probably wishes he had Febreze in that room.
Some smelling salts for my nose or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll really keep you awake though. I wonder if this has anything special we're gonna find out as we go through it. So maybe we just need to be prepared.
Find out, won't we?
What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get my nunchucks out.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready those.
Yes. I'm just ready. I'm just trying to be ready for everything because the last time Rosemary died because I wasn't there.
Correct.
We're gonna start.
And I don't want anybody to die this time
That's
or anytime.
polite and helpful. I'm sure everybody appreciates.
I'm going to start downstairs.
Is there anything else up on the top of this balcony?
No, it's just like
Okay,
a
just
landing. You came out through the room. If you think of it, it's the room he starts.
I know
yeah,
which room
so
it's
That's
in.
what I
yeah,
just
yeah.
said. I said, have you seen the movie?
It's that where they come down. It's that. So there's nothing really. It's just stairs, and then you come down another small landing, and then the stairs go down to the left, and they connect with the floor proper
Okay.
of the room.
Alright,
Yeah.
so we'll head down. And I will at least.
She trickles follows. You come. Everybody comes. So you're now in this very large, spacious room. It's Anybody want to do like if you want to
Yeah,
do
I'll do it.
perception or
Yeah.
investigation to see what
Or
else
if
else
there's a door, if there's...
Right.
I'll extra
Perception
set
or
of eyes.
investigation?
whatever's higher for you. I
Okay,
mean,
17.
17.
I'm gonna use an extra set of eyes. Pikachu.
Okay.
That'll work. There you go. That would be a good time for it.
19.
So I rolled a 14, Pikachu rolled a 16.
We'll add investigation or perception, whichever one's higher for you. She got 20. So she got 20 total.
So my perception's +2, so I'll add that.
Yeah, 17. Are you
So-
proficient in it?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So +2, 14.
And are you all, as you guys are looking around, kind of like investigating and all that, are you staying in a group or are you spreading out?
I stay in a group.
Yeah, me too.
And I just, with my proficiency, it is,
Are you proficient?
Are you proficient in it?
no.
No.
Okay, well, so then
So
18,
six.
16, 17. Because if it's 20, you have a +3 per loop. So 17? We'll call it 16? Oh, that works.
I rolled a 14 and then I have +2 in my,
So 16. Okay, okay, so you're good, yeah. So as you start kind of like making your way, there's not like a path or anything, you're kind of like cutting through these, cut through like kind of tall grass, And again, everything smells funky. The grass kind of feels like it's like gummy almost. Like you're not sure if that's just the way it always was, or if that's just from decay and all that. You happen to glance up, and you can see that there's like skylights up there, but they haven't been cleaned in a long time. They've got that same kind of layer of film and filth on them as everything else. So even if it were daytime, it probably wouldn't be letting a whole lot of light in. There is artificial light in this room, so you all can see you can see fairly well. It is lit up, kind of dimmish from the film on the bulbs as well and stuff like that. As you walk up, you kind of get to the edge of the river, and at that point, a pungent smell hits you, and you realize it's not water, it's not dirty water, it's just really nasty, coagulating chocolate. You know what chocolate smells like fairly well with your background. As you're looking around, you don't really notice any other like doors or exits or anything like that. There is, however, with the chocolate river on this side, there's a tunnel, and then on this side, there's a tunnel. But you don't really see any exits. As you're looking around, everybody now can give me a perception check, like a legitimate perception check.
Just an extra set of eyes again.
That'll work. Yep.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I saw. Nothing. Now,
I got a 7. You got an 18. So 7, 9. I got a 9.
I'm passed out.
20.
I got a 9. You got an 18.
Okay. 20.
15.
And that one.
So you don't hear nothing. You don't see nothing.
It's a smell, man.
You're not gonna see
Rosemary.
nothing.
Rosemary, as you're kind of looking, at this river and like kind of taken aback by the smell, she thinks she hears something moving in the grass behind them. So she speaks up. Guys, I think we got company.
Okay. 9 trucks ready.
Nunchucks are ready. Everybody turns around and kind of like through the grass, like I said, it's really tall grass. Through the grass, you kind of see like these like little blobs of like green that kind of match the grass, kind of like moving. And then out through the grass burst 4 of these short little men, and they're in really dirty, like tattered, cruddy white overalls. Like one's missing a strap, this one's got a hole, orange skin, and he's got the kind of like you remember like what Putney's hairstyle was like, but it's green. And they kind of come up to you and they're like looking at you, wondering what you're doing. Boys, we have company. Why don't you entertain our guests? Everybody roll there are 4 of them, by the way. Everybody roll initiative while I get them set up. So you guys are kind of on the bend. We'll say this is the river, and you guys are in these same kind of spots. Like they're all like lined up along the. You are all like checking out the river.
So would Pikachu get rolled into that?
Pikachu gets rolled into this one because you have him out. Yes. So,
Okay, well I got a 19, Pikachu got a 16.
Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta pull.
Should my proficiency have gone to 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Get level 5.
I noticed that everybody else's did.
Mine
I
does.
was
Mine.
still chilling at the 2.
Mine didn't because I'm technically not level 5 in either. I'm 4 rogue, 1 necromancer, so I don't have. So you got 1. Switched up the colors this week. Got some new colors.
Lime's still in there.
Lime is still in there. Pink is still in there. I got.
And that's my Red Ranger one.
That is your Red Ranger one because I can actually use it with these. Okay, so give me 1 second here.
Oh wait, I have initiative bonus. Okay.
Yeah, you take your Jack, whenever we roll initiative, you take whatever you roll plus whatever's in your initiative box. Same with Pikachu.
Ah.
So keep that in mind next time because that means you probably should have been going.
Yeah, Pikachu has good initiative.
Jess?
I got 16.
Tyler?
I got 13.
I
Medusa?
have,
7.
Jack?
I have me.
Yeah,
I
you.
have 22.
And Pikachu.
20. Jesus.
Okay.
Good rolls.
That's my question. Yeah.
Are they singing Has the Charter Us? I hope you came up with
Not yet.
songs.
Give me a minute.
Do they sing from the book? Or is it just in?
No, they sing the book. Because I remember reading that book to my third graders.
I remember reading that. I remember my teacher reading me that. It was the Roald Dahl one. I
Well,
thought
that's
it
who
was
wrote it.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's who wrote it.
And their songs are long in the book.
Are they?
Yeah,
I don't think I read that book since school, so
Yeah.
I would have
they're pretty long. And then you're sitting there in front of the kids trying to like,
big voices and
Uh-huh.
stuff.
Like, how do I make this into? I hate having to read songs, books.
I'm pretty sure there were songs. Now I feel like I'm second guessing myself.
Yeah, they do.
Because I feel like I can never come up with a tune to the song.
It's not exactly like they don't have song notes. It's just plain words.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I always just write them like regular words.
Alright, so
Yeah, there are. I was right.
first up in the order is Flapjack.
Yes. I'm gonna whack one with my nunchucks.
Alright, well they're about, you got a 5-foot gap. We're along, so this is all the river. And then we're along the river bank. And then you've got the gap where it's like kind of like a little bit of a clearing with lower grass, and then they're here. So you've got
I just remembered this. Pikachu used Thunderbolt on Lime.
Pikachu's gonna use lime on lime. Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna whack
Huh?
Lime with my
He
nunchucks.
remembers.
I'm glad you remember.
You're gonna run which one with?
Lime with nunchucks.
So you're moving up to. Alright. So go ahead and do an attack with your dex.
18, 19, 20.
20 total?
Yeah, that's a critical for me.
No.
No,
Oh,
only if
no,
you naturally
I
roll
rolled
it.
A
that.
natural 19 or a natural 20 would
Ah.
be a crit for you. So
Yeah.
you rolled all total, you have a 20.
Mm-hmm.
That'll hit.
Yay! 26 plus 2. 3, 5.
On the line one. So you roll up to him, and he's sitting there. He starts to go loom, but and you just smack him in the face with your shut up, and you smack him in the face with your nunchuck.
I'm happy now.
Startles him a little bit. He's like rubbing his cheek. Next is Rose. Didn't work before. We're gonna try it again. She is gonna move up over here to the pink one. Can I see that real quick?
Yeah.
Book, please. Thank you.
Oh, you're gonna try your sword?
We're gonna see. Haven't hit it yet, but we're gonna try green flame blade.
I'm still laughing because it's funny.
So first I have to make a hit with my cutlass. Alright, so
Oh wait, how many measures do I have? How many ninjas do I have left?
11. Which she doesn't hit. So she tries to swing her sword to get that green flame blade going, and she might as well give up with it at this point. Next is Pikachu. So what's the range on Pikachu? You got so now
It
you-
is 60 feet.
So you're able to hit any of them from where he's standing. He don't have to move.
I'll hit red. Yeah, it's 60 feet range.
60 feet range. Like, is it like a line, a cone, or does
It
it say?
doesn't say. It's just I'm assuming
Yeah,
you can
right
just
here.
throw it anywhere.
No, it's not. We're just gonna say that it is what it is. Like it's thunderbolt. It comes down. We'll just for him it comes straight down.
12 plus 6.
The D12 plus 6.
Uh-huh.
All right. On the red one.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's 5. So 11.
11 total. So Pikachu charges up, Pika, and then just a thunderbolt comes straight down at the ground. What was it again? 11? And it like it shocks it, and it's like it seizes up for a minute until the muscles finally relax.
Wait, is this hair standing up?
It already was.
No, I mean like all poofed out.
And it is Pink's turn, and since Rosemary's right there in front of it because she had to be ballsy, to look at her, wiggle his fingers. She needs to make a Constitution save. What is her Constitution? 1, great. 1, 2. So, barely able to make the con save as chocolate rain starts pouring down from above her, trying to like stick to her wings and stuff, and she's able to like shrug it off. So that's Pink's
Kind
turn.
of like in Hop.
Griffin.
Kind of like in Hop, and then you get covered in
No,
chocolate.
kind of like what you did to Brookendoof. The exact same spell you did to Brookendoof.
Medusa, you're going to attack red when it's your turn. Okay. I'm going to use Tidal Wave.
1.
Well, you
Oh.
conjure a wave of water up to 30 feet long.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Oh, okay. That'll work.
10 feet wide and 10 feet tall.
Okay.
Nah.
So if you put it back here, then it would. So you're gonna have to. You have
Okay.
to pick where you
Yeah,
put
so
it.
Tidal Wave, we'll put it back here so it
You're
hits this
putting
whole
it back
row.
in here, so
Yep.
it's the whole row. Nice.
They have to make a dex save. On a failed save, all creatures in range.
Okay. What's your spell save modifier on your sheet?
14.
So they have to all beat a 14. What is it?
Dex.
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 Lime makes it. Red does not. Lavender and pink do not.
Okay, so on a success, so lime, he
Takes
still
half.
takes half.
He takes half, the rest take full.
Yes.
Okay, go for it. Roll
And
your
it's
damage.
48.
Roll your damage. He needs some 8s.
I'm gonna need some mates.
You got one.
Give you my lucky one.
Yeah, that one was rolling for you really good last week. You used it late in the game, and when you started
And
going,
then they're not prone.
they're not prone, so they have to take their movement to get back up.
Okay.
So they can't move unless they get up and then they can't move again.
But not the one who gets saved, he just takes damage.
Correct, he's not prone.
Yeah.
Okay, so these 3 will be not prone, and they.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so my 9, 10, 11, 12. So lime will take 6.
Lime takes 6. Okay, so. And then the rest take. Take 12.
12.
Okay, so. So, you gather all your arcane energy up and then focus on a point behind them, and a tidal wave of water just comes up behind them. They have no idea it's back there and it's coming, and it just hits down on them. The lime one is able to kind of dodge just enough to not get swept off its feet, and the rest of them get knocked over, and they're all
Yeah.
they're all wet.
Well, we are too. It does pool then.
Well, maybe we'll flow into that river and make it not as gross.
Maybe.
So it's now the lime one's turn, and it's perfectly fine because it made it save. How far away are you? Okay. So make a dex save for me, please. 13 with your save.
Yeah.
So you he sees that you did that. He knows it was you because he saw you wiggling around. So out of his pocket, he pulls out this almost like a baseball size piece of really weird. You would imagine with everything else candy. It's got little things coming off of it red and blue and all that. And he throws it into your space. And it explodes on impact, and you take 2d6. Can I borrow 6, please?
I know exactly what this is.
You take 13 points of force damage as a gobstopper explodes at your feet.
So you said 13.
13, yep.
I'm just happy it didn't hit mine, because then I would be sweet pancakes.
Kind of.
Alright, is there room on either side of them here?
Yeah, this is just this is all, so this is the riverbed,
Okay.
or the river itself,
Yep.
so we're on the bank, and then this is kind of lower grass, and then when you get in here, it starts to get higher,
Okay.
but it is still all open.
So, I'm going to move over here.
Nice.
should hit all four of them, right?
What's the
60 feet.
60 feet line. Yeah. So kind of like your tidal wave.
Okay. I have to actually make an attack roll,
I like this.
which I did do. Failed.
Jesus.
You failed.
Yeah.
So you
I
go.
only rolled a 2, and I don't think I have enough to.
No.
I only have.
So you feeling, you did it on the mimic, you're feeling real good about that, so you go to launch it, and between the different heights of grass and their green hair, it's a little confusing, and you just kind of soar over their heads. So that brings us to the lavender colored one.
I thought it was a genius move for a hot
No, you're good. And it is Jack, make a 15 dex save, please. So you're doing
Nope, I got
what'd you get?
3.
3,
Plus.
and then the save up there. And I don't know if I can't.
Yeah.
Got a plus 3, so 6.
So 9?
6.
Oh, total you got 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so then can I see your 4 or your 6 again, please?
That's not good.
So this one too pulls one of these little exploding candies and tosses at you for 11. You take 13 points of force damage as well. That brings us to red. I'll let I'm sorry, I'll let you do that real quick.
I need 11, 13 arrows.
We don't have your calculator. What are you trying to do?
Sorry, 62 minus 13.
Yeah.
49. Did that much?
Alright. I don't understand. Confident in your math skills. You are good.
Alright, so it's Red's turn, so he has to take his movement to get up. So he does. And he is going to focus on.
Lavender should have come too.
Yes, you're right, it did get up and then it did its thing. My apologies, you're correct. So Red gets up, looks at you. So if you can do a con save for me. Constitution this time.
19.
So it tries to drop that chocolate rain down on you as well. And you're just like, whatever, and you like shrug it off, you're like,
Yeah.
alright, whatever.
Eh.
Medusa's up. That's the end of this. That'll
Yeah.
be the end of the first
So
round.
she's gonna move up to bite red like.
Red's not looking too good. That tidal wave took a lot out of him.
Well, that means we're gonna beat him for sure. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, I forgot
What
to
do you
teach
do?
you what to do.
Well, it's
Oh, it's
Medusa.
Medusa, so she's biting, right?
Yeah. So it's 23.
That'll hit.
2d4. There's one more point. So 7.
7. So she's a little upset. She's mad. So she comes bounding up and she jumps and she goes right for the throat
Yeah,
and she
she does.
rips its throat out. It's dead. Dead on the
Yeah.
ground. Top of the round again. We're back to Flapjack.
Well, Pikachu, you are going to attack the one that hurt me, Lavender.
Okay.
I have 4 throwing stars left, so I'm gonna try to go for lime with one.
Okay. Do you
Just
want
alright.
to back up any, or do you want to stay
I'll
where
back
you're
up.
at?
I'll back up.
You're
Just
gonna
that way I
go-
have some range.
So you got, this is the last row, and then this is river, so you can go back one. Or you-
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Well,
all
I'll
open
actually
to-
stay where I'm at so I don't fall in the river.
Fair enough. Throwing star, that's gonna be your dex, no proficiency.
That's a nat 20!
Well, you definitely
And that's a
did.
critical.
That
That's a
is.
crit.
So give me your attack roll, and remember to erase it when you're done.
And I also get my bonus action. My extra attack.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So he is now level 5, and he forgot. Level 5 fighters attack twice in a turn now. So he gets 2 attacks a turn now. So that's your first one. So go
We
ahead and
forgot about this the whole game.
just now.
conveniently.
Yeah, just now. I forgot to, because like I said, once you guys put the thing on him, I remember mine and all this. So yeah, he gets to go, and then I think it's like level 11, maybe 9, something like that. He gets to go 3. 3, get look,
So
so
have to
3.
be the fighter, right? For like the tank.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So,
Okay. I'm gonna use my nunchucks and I'm
well,
gonna
no,
whack
hang
it.
on. You have to roll the damage for
Alright.
your throwing star. So you got a crit. So whatever the throwing star is, you double it.
That is 1d4 plus 2.
Okay, so roll that. So
Plus,
2, and then double that.
3, so 6.
2, double 2.
So you
4.
4.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
So your
did
first
one
attack you
plus
did?
1 for your second one.
Oh, yeah.
That got you 2, you done. Then you added the other 2.
That's
So you got it.
So you got 4. And that was on which one? Mine?
Yep.
Okay.
Now your
Second attack.
I'm going to whack Clyde in the face with the nunchucks.
Go for it.
Okay.
It's so you threw the throwing star. I'll wait till you do this one, and then we'll do it all in one shot.
14
Plus.
plus dexterity, right?
Yeah, nunchuck. Yep.
Yep. So
Proficiency.
14, 5, 6, 7, so 17 plus proficiency. So 17, 18, 19, 20.
Wait, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 14.
Okay, what's your dex modifier?
3.
Okay.
So, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's
I didn't realize. Oh, that's right, because that's what you raised with your abilities.
Okay. He's got 7.
That's
So 17, and then so 20 all total.
Yeah.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
And then I 26 plus 2. Hopefully I'll roll better with this one. No. 4.
So 4, so another 4. So you start off, you take the throwing star, you fling it at it, it sinks into its shoulder, it's looking down at it, looks back up just in time to get cracked in the face by the, because that's the one you hit to stop it from singing. So now it's got a nice welt on both sides of its face in the shape of nunchucks. And it's Rose's turn.
I think it would be funny if every time I attack it, you say that, and then it stops whenever I attack.
Red.
So she's going to take her bonus action to flip her rings, just to have them out. She is going to take the blunderbuss, her boomstick, to the pink one. So that's going to take a piece of ammo. 2 pieces, 22 rounds left. And 19. And that is blunderbuss is a 10 plus 2. For 12 points of damage, because the zeros are 10. So 12 points of damage on the pink one. And she blows a hole clean through his chest. Dead. Pikachu's turn. Jesus. Nope. Pikachu.
Thunderbolt.
Did you tell Pikachu
Yeah.
what you did? Yeah,
I
okay.
told him to do Thunderbolt again.
That's what you did that before you.
I think
you-
to Lavender.
He does,
He
yeah.
said whoever.
Yeah, you said, yep, you did say the Lavender, the one that hurt
Okay,
me.
so range is
Last
60
hit.
feet, 1d12 plus 6.
So you gotta roll its attack first.
That's
It's gotta.
It is 12.
Plus.
What would the attack be?
I would say dexterity.
Yeah, I believe it would be the dexterity.
Okay, so plus 4. So 16.
16. Charges up, launches the thunderbolt, it arcs, it comes back behind it, just barely like ripping at its heels. Pink's turn,
Come on,
Which is dead.
Pikachu. Oh man.
which brings it to Griffin.
Oh, Jackson.
Is there any way you could still do it, or?
You can move, you've got all this space.
No, because I was going to use Ice Knife, which explodes, but it
Oh, it would hit
explodes
him.
within 5 feet, which would be this one, but also Blackjack.
Yeah, if you hit that one, it would hit.
And there's like no way that I
You
can.
can't not.
I probably should.
I could with one of my spells, but
Because even if you went with this one, that's still he's, it doesn't matter.
does
He's
he have to
still,
make a saving throw, or is it just happen?
Jess, why don't you
yeah, there's a saving.
why
I
don't you
think there's
stretch
a
that?
saving throw involved. Yeah, so he would have to pass a saving throw.
I
I mean,
would
it's a
also-
gamble. He is the tank.
It's my turn. I'm gonna help.
I do have glass armor, so Pikachu's literally taking no damage.
That's because he's a tank.
Well, I got
Tank
higher
with a
health
tank.
than him.
I told him earlier, I like did a bunch of different Pokemon just because I got bored, and like all of them, like
Your tanks.
all of like even looking up like Weedle, like I had to make a Weedle, but like even looking up Weedle,
Tanky.
tank, that's like 40 health on a Weedle. It's
Alright.
like it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna use Chill Touch
Okay.
on Lavender.
Okay.
I don't even need to move. That's still 120 feet.
Rock on.
Medusa, you're going to attack Lavender if it's still alive.
Okay.
Okay, range spell attack. So I do 2 plus my wisdom modifier. 6. No. Yeah.
Whatever your spell attack bonus is. Your whatever, yeah.
So it would be
yeah, it
6?
would be whatever you roll
2
plus
plus wisdom.
Okay. 3 plus wisdom. 6. So 16.
That does not hit. So you go to try to like grab it, and it sees it, and it's just kind of able to like nimbly dodge out of the way. That brings us to the line one, and Jack have Pikachu make a deck save.
That's a 4.
Okay, so rolling that 4.
15.
15. So it pulls one of these exploding gobstoppers out and throws it at Pikachu, and because it's so small and Pikachus are pretty quick, just barely able to dodge out of the way before it hits and blows.
Good job, Pikachu. Pika, Pika.
Kindness.
Alright, I'm gonna use my bludgeon ball on Lavender.
One.
I'm pretty sure I have that distance. I think it's like a 20 or 30. So it should be good.
Yep.
15. Wait, I get a proficiency with that, right?
Yep.
18.
18. So that hits.
D6. Okay. So that's 7 bludgeon damage, 3 fire damage, so 10 total.
To the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's standing there. It's kind of more focused on Flapjack being right there. It's kind of keeping an eye out for ghosty hands now, and it doesn't realize that it just gets smacked in the side of the head with a ball. So it is now its turn. It's going to turn its attention to Jack, and because there's 2 here, there, yep,
Am I flying?
and kind of technically.
Great.
Oh, okay. It's gonna move up to here,
Oh, now I'm flying.
but it's going to con save Constitution. And you make it, it's fine.
Oh, thank God.
So it tries to pour rain down on you, and you know, you're kind of like, I've done this myself, whatever.
Wait,
You said-
wait, is that technically chocolate syrup on my head now?
No, it's chocolate, right? It's like chocolate. Well, yeah, chocolate syrup, I guess, like melted chocolate. It's liquid chocolate. Hopefully a much fresher version than what's behind you all.
Yeah. Alright, so I told her to go.
I mean,
Yep.
I didn't get hit in the head with any tin cans yet, so.
18.
That'll hit.
Six.
6 damage to Lavender.
Yeah.
Alright, so she goes in and after ripping the red one's throat out, this one she just go ahead and tears right into its artery, and it's bleeding out, and it's gone.
So Medusa took out 2 of people. That's
Yep.
really fun. She don't like this.
Back to the top of the round, Flapjack, we got line left.
Okay. Pikachu Thunderbolt. And I'm gonna whack him in the face with nunchucks again.
Go for it. It's been working so far.
Hopefully I can get it on the top of the head. And it'll grow like a little spike on its head like a Looney Tune. 16?
Plus dex, plus proficiency.
so far.
You're fine.
Oh, yeah. And then,
Yay!
I finally get a 6, so 8.
8.
Yes.
So tell me, Jack, how you want to finish him?
Yeah. Well, I would like to whack him on the head, whack him on the side of the head, and then just bang him like drums. And then he'll grow back on his head.
Like the Looney Tunes walk just
Yeah.
grows and he falls over.
All right. So you had it, goofy looking dudes. So far gone are the days where you couldn't land a hit on a ball to knock over some cans with these things. Like you turn it, you go from a fighter to like a Shaolin monk for a second, and you just Michelangelo it, flat, 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 bam, 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 and it grows this big old knot coming out of the top of its pink hair or green hair, and it just eyes kind of roll back, and it just boom back,
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, I get to loot.
You get to loot, so you start rooting around, and you find 3 of these, and yay!
I got an exploding gobstopper.
And 25 gold coins. Make a
Okay.
perception check though. Before you put them in your inventory, make a perception check.
That's a 2.
A 2? Okay. So you find 25 gold coins.
Yeah.
So put them in your inventory, 25 gold coins.
Okay. So would they go in here?
No, they go in your inventory.
Okay. In my bag
25
of holding.
In your bag, yeah.
I'm gonna have to use the bag as a suit. Okay.
Yeah, I know everybody's bags are gonna hold full. We're gonna take care of
Not
it.
mine.
Well, not mine either. These two over here.
Ridiculous.
I don't quite have that. Lost it.
Okay.
Back for you. Thank you.
So, as everybody's there and they're kind of catching their breath, you start to hear, or you start to see in the chocolate water, like ripples, things like that. And as you look over the tunnel over here, this really kind of like janky looking, almost dilapidated boat comes out of it, and it comes around and it stops right in front of you. And it's sitting there. It's not powered by anything. There's nobody rowing it. There's nobody. It seems to be moved. It moves on its own accord.
Well, my friends, I think we only have one option.
Yeah, I don't see too many ways out of this room, and as much as I don't like to look at that boat, but
Yeah.
I like the look of that chocolate
It's a
much
beautiful
less.
paddle boat.
Um,
Yeah.
I want a boat like that.
You just miss boats, don't you? Over there.
Rosemary loves
That's
boats.
what I'm saying.
I don't think she wants to get on that boat, but
Well, I guess we're getting on a boat.
Yeah.
I'm on
That's
the
for sure.
boat. So everybody climbing aboard.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys all reconvene. What are you doing with Pikachu?
Let him come back in the ball.
Back in the ball. So
No, leave him out for sure.
you're gonna leave him out.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody on the boat.
Just that way if we do run anything else, he can attack.
So everybody's on the boat.
All crunched in there.
I mean, it's a pretty decent
It's gotta be
sized
boat,
boat.
okay.
Everybody can pick their own seats. You know, there's room to spread out.
Pikachu next to me, so we don't fall off the boat.
Can I check to see if there's anything on the boat?
You can perception check. As you do, it's starting to go.
Yeah,
It
all
moves.
perception
As soon as you guys stepped on, it started to move.
Yeah. So
Okay, 10, fine.
18.
18. The
I got
seats are
one.
pretty torn up. Some of the seats are missing. Again, it's pretty dirty. It's pretty commonplace around here. Everything,
Yeah.
not everything's in disrepair. You're not quite sure how it's moving on its own, but you figure the fact that it's magical and moving on its own is probably the only way it's actually able to float and move. It's
Yeah.
pretty beat up. So you guys start making your way on the boat down around in about 5 minutes, it's a big room. So after about 5 minutes, you start to see some movement in the grass, and on either side of the shore, two of the Oompa Loompas pop up on either side of the shore. Everybody, including Pikachu since he's out, Medusa as well, everybody on the boat, a deck save, please.
Well, 6. So do I add plus
Whatever.
dexterity to that?
Yeah, whatever your deck save up top in the smaller
Okay,
boxes.
mine's 3, so
12.
6, 7, 8, 9. I got a 9. Pikachu just got a 7.
So 7, 9.
Yep.
I have a 16,
Okay.
and Medusa has a 22 or 21. I mean.
Oh, she rolls roll harder than you. She's rolling harder than any of us.
What'd you have?
15.
15. Okay. So as they all pop up, they all take turns and they throw some of those gobstoppers at the boat. So as they do, that's every time. That's
It's 11 for those 2 dice every time.
and it's always this one's the 6, this one's the 5. So they start throwing them at the boat. You both are able to duck out of the way. You're able to duck out of the way. As they go whizzing by, they kind of hit the chocolate of the river, and they sink a little bit, and then you hear like a very like muffled, and bubbles come up like a depth charge. However, you both and Rosemary take the 13 points of damage because they all missed their saves.
Great.
And then after they do, they kind of and they down and out.
I wish I could throw a ninja shirt all over.
Jack, both of you take 13 points of damage, please.
Okay, so I'm at 49. That's what's in home.
So you gotta do Pikachu's.
Yes. 13 for Pikachu.
Yeah.
You like the tank really cares.
Yeah, Pikachu's freaking fine.
Hold on. Okay.
Remember, don't erase this.
I know I crossed that out and I crossed
Okay.
mine out.
What's 6 minus 3?
3.
Okay. So that's that one's place. What's 5 minus 1? It's the 10th place. It's the 10th place.
Oh,
So 43.
so spot.
Okay. You all set?
Yep.
Alright. So, they kind of hit, boom. Thankfully, they're small. They're kind of like localized blasts, so it doesn't radiate out to everybody. And again, the ones that miss kind of hit depth charge in the river.
Maybe not mine.
Okay, so you continue along the path, and as you see now, the river's curving around. And as you're looking around, you see more of this like nasty, like there's giant mushrooms that are all like gross and folded. You can smell like sour milk from probably like whipped cream or some sort of like confection like that.
Yeah.
So as you start to come up, you come around, and the other tunnel is directly in front of you, and you're headed straight for the tunnel. As the boat passes through the tunnel, everybody make another dexterity save.
You guys can make one too. Oh, well, I rolled better this time.
8.
15. I got an 18.
Okay.
Pikachu got a plain 17.
So 18, 17. Okay. You too?
I got an 18, Medusa got 4.
Oh
Got a
no.
13.
13.
Wait, did they change this time?
Yeah, we got that. So, as you guys are as you're going through the tunnel, on either side of the shore, those same 4 pop up again, chuckle again, and they throw their gobstoppers. Some of them do hit the water and blow. Everybody that failed takes 10.
that fail.
Thankfully, I didn't.
What would you get?
13.
Yeah. Anybody under 15 failed.
Oh, thank God.
I'm down to 17.
I can give you. Oh wait, that doesn't help with health. That's right. I was gonna say I can summon some
All right.
good rays.
So, you all enter the tunnel. It's pitch black. You can't, even with dark vision, you can't see a thing.
Yeah.
So, you kind of feel like the boat's picking up speed as you go. It's pitch black for a couple of minutes, and then all of a sudden, like almost like a projector, there's images that come up along the wall, fills up the entire cavern. There's no sound, it's just images. We start off first. You see an image of, looks like a bunch of men with horses and carts. On the backs of those carts are cages. Crammed in those cages are a bunch of pancake golems. They're all reaching out, help, you know, like you can see their mouths mouthing, like they're looking for help. And they're going, and then they whip the horses and they gallop off with with all the pancake golems in tow and take them off. Everything goes black again, and then when it comes back up, now what you're seeing is the inside of a very familiar temple, and you can see a man in a black cloak, and he's just cutting through everyone, sword, slashing through everyone. They're dropping like flies. Some of them are trying to shoot off thorns or vines or some sort of spell, but he's too quick. And as he goes in to take out, what did you name the leader guy? Named after that kid. Finn. As he goes for leader Finn and swipes, his hood comes back and you see the scar down his face, so you know it's Draken. And your temple fellows are gone. Goes to black. After a couple of seconds, another image comes up. This time, you see an image of a small tiefling child hidden behind a crate in a very dark alley. In front of him are the bodies of two adult tieflings, one male, one female. Standing above him is a group of three. You can tell they're wizards because their fingers are still kind of crackling with that arcane energy. And the one in the middle, same scar down his face. Goes to black again, comes back up. Now you find yourself in the cabin of a ship. The door bursts open, and a bunch of men come rushing in sailors' uniforms, and you can see you got like a first-person view of being grabbed and held, and all of your stuff being taken away, and you're dragged. You can see, like again, through like first-person eyes being dragged off, leaned up against the post with a smirk on his face, hood half up, scar down there. There's Draken. Comes down again, comes up. It's a nice, bright, sunny day. Dirt path. You recognize it to be Medusa because of the patches of fur that she still has. This one is still alive, fully furred, still alive. Standing next to her is a man, beautiful, very elegant, deep purple robes. As they're walking, you can see, again, no sound, but you see two men off to the side, and they're having an argument. You see the man come over and get in between them to try to break this fight up or whatever. One of the men produces a dagger just in his gut, and he drops. Fades out, comes back up, and there you see Pikachu there. He's surrounded by men in brown robes with yellow and red accents. And they have him in a cage, and they're just kind of poking and prodding at him, almost looks like they're trying to figure out how his magic works. Fades black again, and everybody takes 6 points of psychic damage. Everybody.
I would be at 3.
I'm 11.
You're glad that roll was not
Higher, yeah. So, as it goes dark, you all are kind of reeling from the visions that you just saw. pretty much the most detrimental parts of everyone in the party's life flashing before them. You can see that the tunnel opens up. You can see light, so you know that it's coming to an end. But the boat's rocking. It's speeding really fast. You come out of the tunnel, very large open room. There is a dock there, but this boat shows no intention of slowing down. Oh, I'm sorry. You're still doing your health. My apologies.
So what was it? 40.
This was 40. This is 43 right now.
Okay. So if we take 6 away, how much does it get to 40? To take away 40. Okay.
I'll be right
That's
back.
half of your 6, you took 3 away. Now if you're from 40, what's 40 minus 3?
39, 38, 37.
Got it.
So I would be at 37.
Yep.
I'm not
I almost made it 34, so don't think yourself out loud.
Oh yeah. Just the scoop, greedy.
Is that from the book or the movie?
Yeah, these are all the ones from the book.
Oh, that's the way they do it in the movie.
Okay.
Look at how long that's long.
That's insane. So, boat is rushing up to the dock, and it slams into it. It kind of like beaches itself partially on the dock. Everybody's fine, a little shaken. Nobody gets hurt or anything like that. So, boat stopped. You're stopped. Very large, kind of stainless steel room, illuminated overhead. There's one door off the dock. There's lettering above it, but a bunch of it's missing, so you can't quite read it. So,
Okay.
stop.
You want me to do mine? I'm gonna take stim pack.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a second.
I'm gonna heal. Well, I'm gonna give Pikachu a health potion.
Okay.
Well,
You
I'll
guys
give
don't
him
want
the
to check to
stim
make
pack.
sure there's nothing else in the room before
Well,
you go?
I will do an investigation check while you
Me
guys
too,
are doing
as
it.
well as Pikachu.
Only a 7, so not much of a help.
I got.
You look around. It's an empty room for the moment. You're fine. You're safe. However, as you guys are doing your thing, you do hear the. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't scare you too much. Hope it didn't bother you too much. We kind of try to change around the images in there a little bit. Sorry about the braking system. I don't know what happened there. Done. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna take a minute too. I don't want to waste the stim pack though.
I have like 3 health potions left.
If you did use the stim pack, then I'll take that back from whoever did
Yeah.
use it. Now that it's still on the
That's kind of nice because it's out of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Some reasons I used it. That.
Alright.
Oh, I have 7 of those.
I'm gonna use 2 of my regular health potions.
And
So
I'm going to give
6,
Medusa
9, 10, 11.
So I need 2d8s.
So going back to that.
I'm gonna use one of my 2d8s.
Okay, just make sure that you are erasing them out of your inventory when you have the chance.
So I have 9 health back. Right around 9. I have 4 of those left. Screw it. So I'm also going to use one of my fungus ones that were made with 2d8. So 7, 13, so another 15. So that puts me up to 38. Now
I'm at 41 now. I'm going to take one.
I'll take 38.
I'm going to take one of my hit dice.
I'm trying to save mine of those as like a last resort type deal.
I don't have a lot of money.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give.
exactly. Yeah, 'cause we didn't get the chance to.
I have 3 left.
I'm gonna give Pikachu a health
And
potion.
now I'm back up to normal, so cool.
All right, yep, go ahead, Doug. Just remember to
I
remove
know I
that.
have to erase it.
Yep. Oh, you already did?
No, I have to.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
take a minute.
And the Medusa.
Breather time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Went through some shit. Saw some shit. Breather time.
Give Medusa a regular. 8, 9, 10. Perfect. She's up to.
Plus.
Her and I are both good.
Got a little bit of a tanky
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So again, you're in this room. There's a door there, lettering up on the wall. A bunch of the letters are missing, though, so you can't quite read it. I know you did do a was it perception or investigation? Didn't really see anything, so that you're not in immediate danger. So if anybody else wanted to do anything in here,
I'm gonna look around, like
So-
not at up there, but like see if I can try to like make out what it says a little bit. Just try.
that would be a. Let's give that an insight check. So if you can give me an insight check for that.
That's nat 20.
That's funny. So you look up and like it's missing some letters, but between like the faded in it and all that, you're able to make out that if it was all there, it would say inventing room.
Oh, I know.
Well, are we off the boat?
Yeah. Well,
Crashed.
The
so-
boat-
it crashed. It's like docked like
Alright.
up on
So I'm gonna do. I haven't done an investigation or perception, so I'll do a perception check.
Okay.
20.
20. So you're able to read the same thing he is. He hasn't. Slow down. He hasn't. Yeah, take your pills. They're up there. You both have read it. They're still not quite sure what it says. But again, nothing really out of place. Just like a large stainless steel room with the words there, and then there's one door.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna try the door.
All right.
Alright, I'll go over to the door too.
Everybody dock
On
land ho. Everybody off the
Yeah.
boat. Everybody hops off the boat. You go up to the door, and it does have a handle. It opens easily. It's almost like you're again. He did say you're on a self-guided tour.
Yeah.
He kind of wants you.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it now. Once you got through the mimic door, doesn't seem like it's going to be too different. Like he's getting you exactly where he wants to go.
Yeah.
So you open the door, right?
Because he's also
Yep.
trying to keep himself out of danger.
That's him. So everybody steps out into the room, and it is a massive room. It's massive. There's machinery everywhere. Most of it, like almost all of it, is non-functional. It's rusted out. Some of it's covered up with tarps. Some of it's just rusted out, missing parts. You would kind of way off in the distance. You can see the other side, so you can see the other wall. You can't see any visible entrances or exits other than that one. From where you are currently, there's no real set path. You just kind of have if you're gonna go through, you kind of have to pick your way through the machines. So that's what you can see there. If anybody wants to, yes sir.
Whenever am I able to do this? Like, am I able to pull the tarps off?
You can try.
I'll try that because every time I see it, I just want to pull it off to see if anything still might be working.
Okay, so anytime that
And
you
it
want to,
might be mimic.
right. So
Well,
anytime
I
that you
think-
want to do that, you'll need an athletics check. So give me the first one, and then I'll let you know when you come across another one that's hard.
That's a one.
So you try and you tug on it, and I mean it's a tarp, it should come off. But you tug and you can't. You assume it's either caught in the machinery or maybe stuck to it or something it's not coming off. So
Alright.
bunch of machines, some tarps over it.
I'm gonna head towards the door.
Yeah, I'll walk
You said
towards
there's
the door.
another door, right?
no, you can't see.
Oh, I
You
can't
have
see
the one
it.
that you just came in,
Yeah.
but you can't from where you're at. You're you can see the other end of the room through
Yeah.
but you can't see any other immediate entry point or exit
Okay.
right in here.
Well, I'm gonna explore a little bit, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh, I'm also gonna ready my sword.
Try and investigate one of the machines to see what they tried to do or what they were for.
Yeah, go for
I'll
it.
go with him.
Investigation check.
I'm gonna roll one for him.
Just as you're walking, you're looking, or you specifically want
I want to go up
pick
to one
Okay.
and just really see what it was
Okay.
used for.
That was
So that's a
investigation.
21 added together.
Okay. So you walk up to one, and you got a 13. So are you going with him,
Yeah,
as
I'm
an
going
assist?
with him.
Okay. So you both come up together and outside of simple farm tools and stuff like that, you're not real adept with machinery and stuff like that. You don't really had any reason to use it. The one that you have gone up to though, you're kind of like looking at it and tinkering around, like, you know, after the research facility with the computers, you're starting to get a mind for this type of stuff. You can tell it looked like it was some sort of like a press for candy or something. So like you can see there's a conveyor belt that comes out of it, and there's a piece that like will like come down and like do like a stamp shape.
Okay.
But it's rusted out. You can see like where the main flywheel is, one of the smaller gears is missing, so it wouldn't have been able to turn anymore. You think maybe if you kind of like poke around in it, you can see maybe some of the raw material from, you know, the can, you know, inside, but it's completely shut down.
Gotcha.
Anybody else want to investigate or anything like that? I'll let Rosemary do one. Why not?
See if she can find anything.
17.
But the
23. So-
the other reason why I'm trying to go around with him and like look at stuff is that we like if we since where I'm at we don't really have like machines, we're farmers.
Yeah.
Like maybe I can like look at the stuff and probably invent stuff that would help you with farming.
Oh, like future knowledge. Good on you. Good on you. So she rolled a 23. So as she's looking around, because she can fly, she can kind of get like a little bit more of a vantage point. She can get up a little higher than you guys, and as she floats up a little bit, she's able to look up, and she sees up in the ceiling there's like tracks in the ceiling, and every so often there's like a big like vat hanging off of it. It looks like it would almost be like a conveyor system to move them around, and then she can just barely see across the room. She does see another door way off in the distance, and like she can tell that there's like, again, if you like pick your way through, there's like it's not like a path, but like non-linear you can get through.
Yeah.
So she sinks back down and she tells all of you guys all of that. So now everybody's on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna head towards the door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my sword ready.
You already did that?
Yeah, and I'm gonna hold that up just in case. Pikachu, if you see anything, use Thunderbolt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head towards the door.
Well, that looks dangerous.
Alright, so you guys, you basically start following her lead. She's up front because she's the one that saw. So we'll put her up front. Everybody just kind of, we don't need to square
Yeah,
right now.
that's
Everybody just kind of. So you're picking your way. After about like 5 or 6 minutes, you're like kind of like in a particularly like clustered spot. So if everybody could give me a dex save, please. Everybody that's out.
Well, I rolled an 18, Pikachu rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1?
Yes.
Okay.
15.
That makes my 2 a lot better. So as you're going along, everybody, you know, Pikachu being so low to the ground, he's just kind of like focused on keeping pace with everybody. So he doesn't see a cable on the ground, and he trips, bumps into you, which in turn you kind of like, by accident, you like bump into one of the machines, but you hit a button, and you hear this like grinding noise as like something comes to light, like not comes to light, but like the machinery, you know, kicks in, and as you hear the noise that's coming from above you, so you see the conveyor up top starts moving, so these vats start to go, and then as one passes overhead, it hits like a kink in the track, which causes it to like stop and shudder, and makes it sway, and it swings far enough back that it catches the lock, so it's like locked into place, and this bluish like almost looks like a liquid, but it's coming out very slowly, and then as it like catches the inertia and catches the gravity, you hear this, and it comes down and slats in front of you and like puddles out. So there's this big puddle of blue goo in front of you. At this time, you all kind of notice and you realize that this spot of the machines have actually forced you all into a bottleneck of some sort. So like I can't draw, these are all machines,
Yeah.
and this is your way through. It sits there for a little bit, and then as you watch, it all starts to congeal back together up into a giant cube blocking your way. So all of these spaces, they're too small for you to be able to fit through with the machines. They're almost like they were purposely put in a bottleneck. And you now have a gelatinous cube in front of you. Before you don't have to roll initiative yet.
Well, I did tell Pikachu to attack anything that looks bad.
Okay.
You could technically thunderbolt it. You could melt
could
it.
thunderbolt it. So is that what you want him to do? You want him to just to haul off and attack it?
Yes.
So make an attack roll.
Because then he'll hopefully melt it with enough heat. And that's enough.
And I
What
this
is
is
it?
way too much to write. I have to actually.
Go with these stats. So +4. I think we said it was the stats.
It's his dex. Yeah. I have to fix that later, but yes, for now it's his
So
dex.
11 plus 4. 15.
Okay, that hits. So go ahead and roll damage on it.
That would be 1d12 plus 6 lightning damage. And that's a 5, so 11.
So 11.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this obviously gets its attention, and it doesn't like have a face or anything like that, but you can tell it's now focused on you all. So now we'll all roll initiative.
Well, I thought it was just a big glob of jelly.
Oh.
This is why I don't roll them together.
Well, I got an 8, which was almost a 20. And Pikachu has 17.
What's Pikachu's initiative? What's your initiative?
Oh, that's right. Pikachu's is 14.
No.
Yeah, it's 14. I mean, 4.
Yeah.
We get high initiative.
I know he's good. It's really good.
Okay, so Pikachu got a 21. And I got an 11.
So Medusa.
Okay, Medusa got a 5.
Okay.
And I had a 9.
Tyler.
I got a 5.
Okay. Jack.
I got a. I got an 11.
Pikachu.
A 21.
21.
Yes. This is his plus 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
initiative.
no, you're good. No, you're good. I believe you.
I almost had a 20, but it rolled over to an 8.
I know.
So Arch, which Arch is an 8.
Try to figure out what time we can do
Seemed roughly. She hasn't been up early. Or as early as she used to.
See if I can write it down.
Get ready.
Okay. So first in the initiative order is Pikachu, and because he did what you told him to do, you haven't been able to give him another command. It's up to me to decide what he does. So he's going to move right over here, and for now, he's just going to stay right there. So all these are 5-foot spaces.
Yep.
Like, that makes the cube next, and the cube sitting there, just kind of wobbling a little bit. Does nothing. Rose's turn.
Is that all that keeps coming?
I didn't.
I don't.
She still has her rings flipped. She's just, for the time being, they're just staying out. Because, you know,
I mean, I would punch it, see what happens.
We're in hostile
Like
territory.
some-
we are in
like
hostile
sometimes.
territory.
That would be funny, but just like if you actually pull a piece of it out on your rings,
Well, it worked on a dragon's eye,
which you still have.
which I still have. She's gonna get to about,
Which is probably rotten.
30-foot flying speed, so she can be right there and be alright. Just gonna fire a shot at it. She hits.
You do it now.
With her pistol for 5 points of damage. Jack.
I'm gonna hit it with my frying pan.
What's your walking speed?
25.
You can get right in through here, but you won't be close enough.
Yeah, I just throw it in just around.
What's your range when you're throwing? Start 30 feet. So you still wouldn't be able to make it. You still have to move up at least 5 feet. And you only got, what, like 2, 3 of them left?
I have
3 left? They're going to be 30 feet, so you have to move at least 3 feet, or move up at least 5 feet to be able to pull that off.
I'll move up 5 feet.
Alright, so. Yep, yeah, we'll start right there. Alright. Make an attack roll.
And that is that's a 6.
Okay, plus your dex.
3, 2, 3, 6.
6 plus 3. You shouldn't need a calculator for that. You use your fingers for that.
9.
That'll hit. Roll your damage. They ain't up there. They're not. Tough.
It's
It's
jello.
annoying.
Because they take so many steps, but they're good. And that's 4 plus 2, so 6.
6. So you chuck your throwing star at it. You go. It's not a hard target to miss, so it sinks in, and it gets sucked in, and then you can see it floating around in there.
Alright.
I don't know what we're gonna do about this thing. We're probably gonna have to go through it.
Did you erase it?
Griffin.
Alright, I'm gonna use ice knife. My walking speed's 35, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Kind of right in that little niche
Little
right
nook.
there.
Yeah, kind of like you got like a machine here and another one
Yeah.
here. It's made like a little bit of an alcove that you can kind of like fit into.
It's kinda nice. Alright. I'm out of everybody's ranged attacks though too. Alright, so ice knife.
Does it have to make a save or anything like that?
Not for.
Not for the main damage.
It
the
will for a
explosion
dex,
damage,
yes.
the
So
blow
I
piece.
got 17.
So that will hit it, and then it needs to make a dex save for the exploding damage.
Yes, and
Alright,
it's 14.
No,
Okay.
4.
So it's going to get 2d10.
Okay.
I mean 2d4.
2d10. I don't know why I did this. I'm sorry.
That's why I was confused. I was like, wait a
Couldn't
second.
tell you.
Undo these ones.
I got it.
That's the percentile one.
I know which one my dice is. I'm trying to find my. Yes, I did.
You're both on 4.
So 8 piercing,
Okay.
and then it is 3d6 cold damage.
I wonder what it's gonna do. Is it just gonna freeze it into a solid block of ice?
10.
Or is it just gonna
10
eat
total?
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is it
For
gonna
the
eat it
ice
like it did my
damage,
ninja star?
So it's the 8 the first time plus the 10.
So 18 total?
Yeah, 18
Yeah.
total.
Okay. So you form this thin like blade of ice, chuck it at it, it hits, starts to sink in, and you can see like freezing like around the entry point, and once it's in, it explodes and you just see shards kind of like all inside. Medusa's next. Are you done your turn?
Hey, Medusa.
Alright, I'll give you that one. Because you forgot.
Which is fine. You know what? Kind of keep proud of crosshairs. Medusa, just stay back there.
Stay back.
Yeah. I don't want to get her sucked into the cube either.
Okay, so now it's her turn. So she's staying where she's at.
Yeah.
Kainos.
My goodness.
On my next turn, I'm gonna bring Pikachu back into the Pokeball.
Okay.
Because the last attack it didn't do anything to it. You know, correct.
Yeah.
I am going to use. Leave my mind
Okay.
sliver.
I don't really think this thing has a plan though.
Find out.
Yeah, I guess we will.
Find out. I just don't have to worry about that hitting anyone else in the way through it. So it just has to be in the room if I remember correctly. I have 60 feet, so I think I'm good. Yeah. So a disorienting spike of psychic energy in the mind of one creature you see in range, the target must succeed on an intellect saving throw or take 1d6 damage.
Okay, what's your spell save?
It is 14.
14, so it's got to be 14 intellect.
Yeah.
1. Not natural 1, but a 1. So it failed.
Okay.
Very
So it'll
small.
take 1d6.
Okay.
So it took 5 damage.
5. So it.
Actually, hold on. It takes a second d6. It's a level 5.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
There you're good.
Take another 5, so 10 damage.
10 damage total. So you see it like shiver and jiggle. You know, like if apparently there's some sort of a brain hive mind or something in there that it was able to like hurt. Top of the round, Pikachu's turn. It's going to move up close. It's sniffing at it because like it's almost smells like a fruity jello flavor. And go ahead and roll for a thunder shot or a thunderbolt or whatever.
That's an 8. I was close to a 20, but what's its?
It doesn't matter. It is. If you,
Okay.
if you can beat a 6, you can hit it. So go ahead and roll damage on it. Was it like
The
10?
roll
Like
is
10?
yeah 10.
10
No,
plus,
12.
12 plus
So
6?
it had a negative intellect.
It has a negative 5 intellect, negative 4 dex, negative 2 wisdom. It's pretty dumb.
I just,
Okay,
when you said it was a
9.
1, I was like, but not natural,
9
that
plus
is a
6.
negative.
15.
15?
Yes.
I got so much health up.
Alright. Its turn. So it is going to move up 1 space into Pikachu space, and it engulfs it. Pikachu,
No!
Pikachu needs to make a dex save for me.
No. No. 18?
No, it passes.
Thank God.
So, because it passed, Pikachu goes into a 5-foot space anywhere around it, unless it chooses not to. It's really dumb not to, so we'll put it over here. And that was its move. So now, because it's right there, what's Pikachu's AC?
14.
It misses. It tries to shoot, like it goes to like, and tendril of goo comes out at it, and because it's so short, it just barely misses it.
Oh my god.
Rosemary's turn.
Do not do Pikachu any harm.
I promise nothing. See that, please? The book. Yes. Thank you.
I promise not.
I promise nothing. Look, if it comes down to me taking that thing out and does a little damage to the tank, I'm gonna do it. That's what potions.
You guys were almost all about to be in trouble in the last fight. You didn't start taking them down, but
I got some crowd control magic that I would use. That's nice.
Okay, so it needs to make a con save, which it's my spell sword, so 8 plus 5 is 13. Okay, 13 against 15. So it hits. It takes 1d6 cold damage. So it takes 3 cold damage. I'm not at level 5 yet, so I don't get the extra d6. So she fires off just like a wave of like frost. Frost seems to be the spell of the day.
Yeah.
And it just does a little bit to it. Not a whole lot, but she's satisfied with what she did.
Pikachu, come back.
Alright, on its turn it will.
As if it doesn't get eaten.
Okay, now what do you do?
I would like to. I don't think I can move up all the way.
What's
You
your,
can move
what's your
where-
speed?
25.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move up next to Griffin, like like over in front. Yeah, right there. So, and then I would like to hit it
Okay.
with my nunchucks.
Okay.
Hopefully, it doesn't eat them.
Right now.
Dex attack.
16.
That'll hit.
And then as a 1. Plus you said 3.
Damage.
1 plus 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 plus 2 for 3.
Oh, 1 plus 2, 4 3. Okay. Okay.
I am not ready to go.
Griffin.
Do it. Anything. You're banging moms over there.
Jesus. 1, 2, I'm sorry, 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm going to. I'm just gonna use my bow.
Okay.
Short bow. Got it. Yeah. Nat 20.
Uh-huh.
I'd imagine so. So 1d6.
Is that always an automatic hit or no?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
I mean, there are exceptions,
Okay.
but yeah.
If you wait
So
on the road.
6, 8.
8
on
damage.
Yeah.
So you give yourself a little bit of space, you knock back, let one fly, it sinks in, rips open a little bit, and then it kind of like back in.
This thing
You
is
said
stealing
6?
all of our stuff.
8.
And Medusa, just stay where you are, man.
I feel like this.
That,
I feel like this thing is like
which
cooking
is her
monster.
turn, so she stays.
Alright. I'm gonna move over 1. Just kind of get some look here.
Okay.
Frost. Gonna have used this probably.
Go.
So roll my attack. 18. That will hit.
Yeah.
Since
And it doesn't have to do any kind of save or anything like
no,
that.
not for Ray of Frost.
Gotcha.
Just attacking me. So 2d8.
Is that higher with level 5?
That is my level 5.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
1d8.
Yeah.
Hits for 14.
So you blast it with a ray of frost, and it's mostly frozen, like pretty much like one side of it's like frozen, and it's not doing too great. You don't think? I mean, like from what you can tell with this thing. So that's the top of the round. Pikachu's up first. You said you're putting it back in the ball. All right, so
I don't want him to get eaten.
back in the ball. That's fine. It's now the cube's turn, and it's just going to sit there, and it's not going to do anything. Now, I didn't read this the last time, so that's on me, but now I know this. It is now transparent, even though we all know it's there, because it didn't move and it didn't attack. Anybody that wants to see it, you're going to need to beat with a perception check to be able to spot it before you can do anything with it. So next up is Rose. So she's going to need to make a perception check to see if she can see it. Which she does. And she's going to take the blunderbuss to it. She's going to take boomstick to it.
Boom.
I think that's just what we're going to call that thing, is boomstick.
I think in one game it is called Boomstick. What they say about
I would call it Doomstick.
Doomstick.
Doomstick, that's clever. I like that.
'Cause
18
it,
she hits.
'cause it is your doom.
That's good. I like that. 10. How does Rosemary want to do this? So she pulls out this long blunderbuss. It's pretty about as long as she is, and she trains it like again, like it's half frozen. So she aims for the frozen part, fires, it kicks her back. She does a tumble in the air, and just this ball comes and boom, shatters the frozen part, breaks off, and it just melts down into the ground. So she gets to loot. And she finds,
For the first time in a while.
for the first time in maybe, not ever, but
A while.
a very long time.
Since I think I looted for her.
Yep, well, that's true.
It was
I haven't
I
got
think
it.
we got
Tyler was looting.
bottle
We got
caps
bottle
all the
caps
time
for it, that's
now.
correct.
Yeah.
So she is able to pull her round of ammo she used off the floor. She tosses you your arrow back.
Nice.
She tosses you your throwing star back. And then she's able to root around and find an iron helm, which gives +2 to your AC. That's worth 10 gold. She finds a short sword.
That could be worth something.
Maybe it'll
For
help her out with the flame or anything.
I mean, the cutlass ain't doing it. You know. She finds some chainmail, which this particular chainmail
It's probably made of candy.
gives a +2 to your base AC, so that's worth. I'll put in that. And then she finds it's almost like an amulet or a charm. It's metal. It's got a design on it. She's not quite sure what exactly it is, so she's going to bring it over. Everybody kind of reconvenes.
Yeah.
Now this is all over, everybody kind of reconvenes, and she's going to show it to everybody. So if everybody wants to give a history check.
Nat 20.
All right.
I got a no.
Good, 'cause I got an
I
11.
got a 9 plus history +1, so 10.
Okay. So as she holds it out to the group to show it, you all look at it, and it's about yay big, made of like silver. Looks like silver. there's there's like a pattern on it. It's three waves that are like a dark green color.
Right.
You, when you see it, you are able to recognize it and say it before anybody else. That you recognize it as the symbol that was on the statue of Evandra in her temple. This is an amulet of Evandra. So, judging by the chainmail, the sword, the helm, the amulet, you are pretty confident that this was probably like a cleric or a paladin that served Evandra.
Okay.
So, you know that.
Okay.
So, do you want to share with
Sure.
the class?
I've seen this symbol before. Actually, it's an Evander symbol. And I'm guessing with that chainmail and the helm and the short sword, it looks like it might have been some sort of like cleric, maybe from Evandra.
Very possible.
And you should be able to like let me know if I'm right or wrong since you were following Evandra, but
So what I'm thinking is maybe since you saying it's from Evandra, you're thinking maybe Draken was like he either killed somebody that was from there and was that guy, or maybe he was.
that or maybe
Maybe we're not the first ones to come this
yeah,
way.
that's what I was thinking. Maybe
Yeah.
someone else has tried to come this way, trying to follow either Draken or just coming here.
So she's holding it in her hand. She's looking at it, and she's conflicted because she's a pirate. Pirate means treasure. I want stuff, but she's grown to like be attached to the group. You know, learned a little bit of everybody's learned a little bit about everybody in our travels together. So with a sigh, she looks at you. I can't in good conscience keep this.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And I'm gonna put it on, even if it is metal.
Well, I mean, you guys don't usually meddle with like weaponry or armor
Yeah.
and stuff like that. That's a little bit different.
Oh, true.
I mean,
Okay.
you can kind of circumvent the rule. That's a loophole, if you
I'm gonna
will.
wear it.
If you will, go for it. So you did a history check on it, so
Yeah.
you know what it is, like what it comes from. Is there anything else that you would like to do to it, or
Should we check it
Should we
against
check it
your
for the
amulet?
amulet thing that you have?
Yeah.
That was the original thing I was gonna do.
Hold on.
nothing happens? They're just two like his amulet.
Yeah,
It doesn't look
keep
quite
it.
like that. Nothing really on it.
I actually found this in one of the barrels.
Uh,
25. So Rosemary gets a 25 on her Arcana check, and as she was handing it off to you, she was able to feel that it's got some sort of magic to it, and it gives you +2 to your total AC, or not to your AC. I'm sorry, +2 to your total health.
Okay.
So whatever your total health is, you get an extra +2 to it, as long as you're wearing it.
Yeah.
Alright, so the fight's done. Actually, one more thing, this is not, apropos of anything. Rosemary is going to grab 2 of her now empty potion bottles that she had from her potions. She's going to scoop up some of that goo off the floor into the bottles and stow it. So she has 2 bottles of jelly goo.
Okay. Can I do an investigation check?
You absolutely may.
Because I want to see if there's any other machines.
If you guys wanted to do the same,
yeah.
there's
Just
plenty there.
Because I want to look at machines if there's any like what he found.
Okay. How far off are you going? Are you staying right in here and checking these machines out?
These machines. Just to see if there's anything under them. And then 16
Okay.
plus investigation plus 1, so 17.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you kind of wander over to this machine here, and you're rooting in it, kind of looking, and it's like this big round dome, kind of cloudy from dirt. So you wipe the dirt off, and you can see there's rotted food inside. Leaking out from underneath is this pink, kind of like the gelatinous cube, but it's like thicker and pink. It's gum. It's leaking gum. But oddly, it smells like rotted meat and potatoes, not gum.
Oh, I know.
And
It's the dinner time chewing gum.
Well,
anybody else?
that's-
Anybody else?
Could I, is there a way that I can try and look to see what the blob was made of and investigate that?
Yeah, you investigate before, like, yeah. So you walk up to it.
Wait, can you make like a potion
Say
out of
it's
that?
like
Maybe like gas or poison potion?
Not sure. That's why she grabs it.
Should I do investigation?
Investigation.
Okay, 9.
I'm gonna
No.
grab some of the gum.
You
in a
can't.
bo- in a bottle.
You take an empty potion bottle, put some of the
Yeah.
fruit gum or the food gum in it. Go.
Yes,
Alright.
I want to see if she could probably like
With her alchemy and all that.
yeah, like maybe
Alright.
she can make like a poison potion to throw.
I don't know, I can
Well,
make
that-
2 potions.
Well, that's, write that down in your inventory. And that's one of those things where like that takes you time to make
Yeah.
anything. So like that's not anything you would feel comfortable sitting and trying to mess around with
Not
now.
right now, no.
And then you got a what total to?
9.
I'll
Nine
save
total.
it. Maybe I can trade it with somebody.
Okay.
Maybe.
So you're like kind of looking down in it. You're comfortable going at it because rosemary already just kind of like food, so like it's not going to burn you alive or anything like that. You can't really tell any magical properties to it.
Okay.
So like you're not in any immediate danger touching it,
Okay.
but outside of the fact that it's it's the remnants of a gelatinous cube, and that it's like a thick jello. That's about all you can tell from it for now.
Okay.
So you have a bottle of gum.
It didn't seem to be food, so.
It's like a jelly type consistency.
Okay.
Like, I mean, like even normally, like a gelatinous cube is like jello,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
So like I kind of threw it in here because candy, fruit,
Gotcha.
jello, whatever. Anything you want to do?
Go through the bottleneck to
What?
get to the door.
All right.
It's very fall.
Keeping us moving along here.
All right.
It's a big factory.
Yes, that it is. All right. Are you
I'll
all set?
follow.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll follow too. So everybody follows
Oh,
the
I still
way.
have that. I put an inspiration.
When did you get that?
I think our last session.
So then, yeah, they only last for like 15, 20 minutes. So. All right. So working down through as like we're picking our way through the machines, it's like another good like it's a huge room. It's like another good 10 minutes, and you can't singular line picking
Yeah.
through. So Rosemary is gonna kind of like fall back here and like talk to you and be like, "Did you want some of that, or I have 2. Do you want one, or like you seemed interested in it? I grabbed it because I don't know what this weirdscape is. I figured anything we can grab. Who knows?
I just didn't. I don't have any. My potion bottles just kind of left behind, so I didn't have any more chilling around. But yeah, I'll take one of
Just-
you.
She lobs one
Wait,
at you.
wait.
We'll just go ahead and say you caught it.
So can we say that you guys that Rosemary and Kymos didn't know that I grabbed that?
No, we saw you because you were in
Ah.
front of us when you did it.
Ah.
Like when you were over at this machine here, and we were like pretty much right next to you in the
Ah.
movie blob grabbing,
Because
so
I was gonna
everybody
say,
saw
yeah, I
you.
grabbed something too.
Oh, I mean you can if you want.
Yeah, I grabbed this.
Who knows? That might come in handy sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe I can trick somebody into eating it like a bad guy.
Oh,
Okay.
smell coming off of it. I don't know.
I'll put a cork on it.
Thanks.
So
Because
again,
because I'm pretty sure the bottle already came with corks.
well, yeah, you uncorked them to drink them,
Oh, yeah,
and now they're empty. So.
Put it back on.
All right. So 10-ish minutes, and you kind of get it to a break in the machines to where you kind of come out, and you're pretty much facing the back wall. There's no door or anything there, but you can bank a right
Okay.
and follow the wall down. Everybody, give me perception checks really quick. Nope.
I got an 8 when I was almost at a 20. So perception or investigation.
Perception.
Plus 2, 10.
10.
10, 10, 10.
16.
So as we're going along, as you start to go around the corner, you think you hear voices. So before we go around the corner, you hear voices.
Okay, stop. So like if this was the corner,
So like we're
We're
here, so like
here.
we're coming up around the bend, and like this would be the wall, and like around the corner, like where these would be.
I'm gonna like creep against the wall to get to here to try to listen.
You can
So I'm
stealth
gonna
check.
do stealth as a
Give me
check
stealth
I'm
check.
doing.
Pretty sure should be pretty good at that.
I'm proficient.
How am I not? Makes no sense.
And I rolled a 19 without anything, so.
So
you add it together, you're at 26.
Six.
So you're able to kind of peek around the corner, and over here, you see the doors. You see the door,
Okay.
and there's lit up exit sign above it. So
Yeah.
clearly the exit. Hanging out in front of it though are two large cages. In each cage there is it looks like a large worm, not quite as big as the one you two fought that burst out of the ground. Probably about, say like 6-8 feet long,
Yeah.
something like that. Material wise though, it looks gooey.
They're gummy
They're gummy worms. Standing on top of each of the cages is an Oompa Loompa on each holding a whip, and they're kind of conversing with each other.
So I'm gonna come
I
back.
swear, if they start talking,
I'm gonna come back.
like,
And-
well, we don't know that yet. So if they start
And by this
singing,
point,
I'm
we
gonna whack
kind of
them
like
in
caught
the head.
up with the group.
So I'm gonna say, okay, so I peeked around and there's two cages with some kind of gummy worm type creatures in them on either
Okay.
side of our door that we need to get out of. And on top of the cages are these short orange men with whips. So yeah, I guess we don't know
Oh,
they're called
they
that,
better not hurt those gummy worms. Or they're getting it, and I pull out my nunchucks.
Okay, so
but- So they're by our door, so we.
let's do a round of perception real quick.
Nat 20.
I rolled 6.
20. I mean,
Perception.
21.
Well, initiative, right?
No, perception is up.
Oh. 8.
Okay. So, as you're looking around, she gives us this information. Kind of looking around, trying to formulate maybe a plan. Because I mean, you know, we could bomb you.
Yeah.
You happen to notice that with the machinery over here, there's enough of a gap that either Rosemary could probably slip through and get around, or perhaps somebody flattens himself and he could get through and kind of come up around and flank behind them.
Okay.
So that you notice that.
Could
Alright,
I mean,
so-
wait.
You don't know that. He knows that.
Go ahead.
So, I'm noticing looking around over here between some of these machines, there's like a thin spot we could get in over here. For Rosemary, it looks like you might be able to fly over, and there's a section. It's not tight at the bottom, but it opens up a little bit up top, just enough for maybe you to get through. You guys could probably come around back over here and almost get behind him if you're quiet and are able to sneak, and then they wouldn't even know you were there on the cages here. Were you gonna say something?
As you say, couldn't you use one of your spells to like be imperious or whatever that first thing that you do?
You have to be able to see him.
I have to be able to see him.
No.
I'd have to like get here by stealth.
I could always transform into an animal wild shape and distract them away from the door while you guys go through, and then.
Yeah, coming
If
out.
you're stuck.
But I was thinking if I like turn into a crow, they're gonna go. What is a crow doing in here?
Oh yeah, and then you can
And then
fly
I
up
can
around
fly
the
to the
ceiling.
door, and you guys close the door quick.
Well, because you guys, you can also fly up around the ceiling.
And there's
then
a lot of
they can't reach you.
hypotheticals.
There is.
We could, if you flatten, you could fit, and if you're saying that you think I can fit through this gap, we could come up around and I could take a pot shot and then draw their attention away, have you two come that way as well, and then at
Yeah.
least they would be surprised and they'd be on two fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could do that, we could do that.
Yeah.
I say we do all of them.
Well, we kind of have to do one. I feel like if, once we do one, like if Griffin over there startles them as a crow, it's gonna already kind of make this less of a surprise because they'll be startled over here, maybe might follow, and we have to watch if they come too far because Medusa and I are still stuck over here no matter what.
All right. So then I think we should go with Rosemary's plan.
Well, what if Griffin wild shapes and comes out that way, and they'll draw their attention, and even if they fly over here and they see her, we can come out and get behind them and even if they do track them that way, we're behind, so we got the pins there.
That can work.
Yeah.
Well, I do have
Yeah.
the highest AC, so I'll go under.
You're gonna flatten itself.
You're gonna flatten south, and I'm gonna sneak through here.
Yeah.
So give me a second before anybody, but hang on,
Yeah, I know.
let me get them set up so that we can.
Rest real quick.
Yeah.
While you're setting up.
Yep. That way we have like a visual on where they actually are.
This is a nice truck.
No, he's not gonna see.
I can send you the link to it. I found it on Amazon.
What?
That. I
Oh.
bought that off Amazon.
No, he was saying I was.
Oh.
I could have hid in the grass, but I never followed him. Is flame blade
That's one.
the green? Yeah, but there's.
No, I have green flame blade
Okay.
and I have flame
Okay.
blade. One's a cantrip, the other one's like a level 1, I think.
Alright, sorry.
No, you're good. So they're here around the corner, pretty much the exits at the edge of the table.
Okay.
We're here around the corner from this. They're in the same space because technically the Oompa Loompas are standing on top of the cages. So pink and lime are the Oompas. These are the worms.
Right.
So we got to figure out how we want to do this. You're gonna wild shape and
Yeah.
your bird distracted while we come up from behind. Okay. So are you going to wild shape this is Rosemary? Now, like, are you wild shaping here before or? and
Yeah.
then- okay.
Yeah, I'll wild shape here.
And I also think that makes it better because then they don't know it's actually her. They think it's just a bird that got him.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna turn into a squirrel. 'Cause why not?
Okay.
I don't even remember when you saw this one.
And
Somewhere out on the road, probably
Yeah.
on the way to her temple.
I'm gonna just turn into a squirrel.
Yeah, we
Okay.
saw that in the woods.
So you polymorph into a squirrel. So little squirrel. You didn't like give her any instructions though. So should we assume that you're gonna like
Yeah.
You got a hold of her, so
I'll
she'll
hold
go-
of her so
okay.
she doesn't run after the squirrel.
flatten self?
Yep.
So you flatten self. So you and me, we're gonna slip through. So we're over here off to their side. Oh, come on. Yep.
I'm holding on.
I mean
to
they're
it.
both. That was my old one. So
Yeah.
all right. So we need to make stealth checks.
17. Wait,
Yeah. You say you're telling me this relies on pancake going?
I got a
Well,
false
he's
three.
flat right now, so
No, you're this one. You're not efficient. Second.
12, 17. I'll go ahead and tell you you can go roll with advantage on this because you are like that.
Yeah.
I think he already has a 20.
Yeah.
You have a 20?
Or
Alright,
not
you have,
naturally, but
right, you have a 20, I have a 17. So we are effectively hidden. We're over here. They haven't seen us yet. So are you staying flat now that we're not seen, or are you going to pop up and get ready? What do you want to do?
I'm gonna pop up and get ready.
Okay, so
So
we're
I was-
effectively hidden.
Because
They
I
don't
was
see
thinking,
us.
I was thinking that I could probably pull my sword out and just be like a flat dude with a sword
That
out
don't
like
work.
that.
When you're flat, you don't have arms and legs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like,
So
nah, that doesn't
you've
work.
grown back up. I wouldn't go around throwing, like,
Yeah.
grab a weapon. Like, the more movement you do every time, you're gonna have to make another stealth check as long as they don't see us. So you're holding on to Medusa.
yeah.
You're a crow. And we're hiding in the. You're a squirrel, and we're hanging in the corner. You were having a tough time keeping a hold of her because all she knows is squirrel, and she wants that squirrel. So whatever you're gonna do, you might want to do it quick before he
Because I'm,
can.
struggling over here.
Yeah. Okay. Good go.
All right. So you come out, you start chittering. This perks them all up, and the worms start going, but they're still in the cage. They haven't been let out. At that time, she's going to take a hot shot at the red worm because it's closest, and it's a sneak attack, so she has advantage. I already got 19, over 19 and everything. We'll take the 19 roll. So this gives her an extra 2d6 on her attack roll. So the flintlock is 1d8 plus 2d6 for the sneak attack. If I can borrow yours again.
Watch it run out of luck now.
Oh no.
6 anymore,
5, 9, 10.
And did you go for the worm or the?
Mhm, the worm.
Okay.
I just have to find it. There it is. Alright. So, fire the shot off, hit the worm. They're all startled. One surprise round. What does everybody want to do? I took my action with the shot. So everybody, including if you want to let her go,
That's what I was going to think of.
everybody's got a surprise round before we start. These two are still locked in their cages.
Okay.
Okay.
And you're right in front of them as a squirrel. So you're right next to me. You can rush them, whatever. So everybody else
Yeah,
gets
I'm
one
not-
round before we start.
I'm gonna get out my nunchucks because they've been working really well.
Go for it.
So
So
are you going to move
you
closer
still,
to
you
one?
still need to move.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You only have your movement speed. So you got what, 25?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20. So you can get in range to anybody. Now
Uh,
remember, they're in the cages. It's gonna be hard to kind of hit through a cage. I was able to shoot through
well,
a
no, I
ball.
was gonna hit
Hit the Oompa Loompa on top. All right.
Yeah, I was gonna like jump up.
So
and
you're gonna come
bite.
up here.
Yep.
All right. Roll your attack.
14. I did better.
Plus what?
Plus your proficiency in your dex.
Efficiency. So plus 3, so 16. Wait, 17.
Okay.
Plus another 3.
20. And then, so that,
So that
hits.
you got 20.
Yes.
Yep, that hits on the pink Oompa Loompa.
1d6 plus 2.
Add another d6 because you're technically we'll call it an attack of opportunity because they have no idea what's going on. This is all going on like all of this is going
Yeah,
on at the same
rapidly.
like
I got an 8. Oh wait, no, plus 2, so 10. Did I get a plus 2?
You rolled
That's
2d6
10.
or really 4, then you add this plus 2.
so you got 10 damage on
Yeah.
them. All right. So that's only
Yeah, much better.
what are you doing? Right now you're still squirrel.
I know. Can I?
You can polymorph back out and
And then have an attack.
I'm gonna let
because the coming out of the polymorph would be a bonus. We'll say it's a bonus again because this is a surprise round. It's a bonus
Yeah.
action.
I'm gonna let Medusa go.
Okay.
So she'll start.
And she's
running
gonna start
around.
hauling ass around
Trying to
following
find
that
that
squirrel.
squirrel.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn quick before I get eaten by my own dog.
Okay. And what are you doing?
Um,
You want to move? Because like you would be able to move and then launch a ball or
yeah,
something.
that's
You know what I mean?
I'm going to come out to like around here. So they're there. And I do want to see this because there's one thing I want to try to see if I
I
can.
keep forgetting
Okay.
about my,
Chuck.
extra
I want to
attack.
see just.
Well, this was an attack of opportunity, a
Right.
surprise round. So we'll just say you got one. You got the first one off, and like everybody's converging. There's a little bit of chaos going on right now. Okay. So we'll do one for now, and then when we go into like, if we make it into a fight, keep that in mind.
I will actually circle it. You don't have to take your full movement speed at once. Like you can move and then attack and then move as long as you haven't used it.
Yeah.
all. So keep that in mind too.
If I. You're here, right? So
And
if
you're
I have
now
my lightning bolt,
okay.
which is 5 feet line of lightning.
5 feet wide. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
So would that hit here, or am I clear enough
you
to
would
get
go
through?
like that.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I'll erase that a little bit.
I can do
Okay.
that.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Say that happens. Right on. I might end up getting like dry erase markers too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like,
So I'm gonna use my lightning bolt
Okay.
on these guys.
Okay.
And they need to make a dex save,
Okay.
and if they fail, they'll take damage still, or they'll take damage if they.
They take full damage if they fail half on a
Yeah.
success. What's your spell save?
15.
Okay,
14,
well,
14.
Lime got a nat 20, so
Okay.
he makes it. And the worm got a 19 plus, you said what?
14 is mine.
So they both succeed, so they're both going to
So
take
it takes
half
half
damage.
But it does 8d6.
Okay. You can borrow that. There's yours back. Here's the big one if you
At
need
least
it.
that's what that says, right?
If I wrote it, then that's what. Then yeah. I mean, that's like a level.
It's a level
You're level
3.
3. Yeah. So that's right. Yeah.
Okay, 8d6.
So there's my pink one. There's the big one. There's
How many more do you need?
2 more. We need all our d6s.
This is what it's happening. Oh, that's way too many.
It's too many ones.
You only have like
4,
one,
8,
two.
12, 16, 22.
Oh,
22?
don't
So
forget
it
that
takes
one.
half.
Yeah.
Oh, and a 6.
so 28 half.
14.
Normally it would be halved, but because you just used a lightning attack on a metal cage where one's in the cage and one's on top of the cage, we'll give it full damage.
Okay.
So they both take 28.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it would have been a double damage sort of kind of idea.
If they would have failed, I'd have doubled that.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's what I call a
so the line you
shocking.
said 28.
Yeah.
So the line one's dead, and they're both dead.
Okay.
Or no, wait, that was the lavender one.
Yeah.
Um,
you myself a little bit.
That's what I call a shocking win.
So that Oompa Loompa's dead, and the latches for the cage are on the top. They have to, that's why they're standing on top. They have to like, pull them up. So he's dead. So it's stuck in there unless that one can make it over to let it out.
Okay.
So that was you. That was me. That was you. You still have you and Medusa yet. You're back as a person again because
Yeah.
Medusa's flat high on your tail. Okay.
Literally. So.
And that worm in the cage is pretty
Yeah,
French fried.
Kinda
It's
singed.
bubbling and singeing. It's starting to melt down out. It's shrieking. No idea, literally, what just hit it.
So we're gonna flying V.
On top, all right.
But
Finally,
if he's
first one of
dead,
the game.
he's dead. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
First one of the game.
Oh, you guys have to make a DC 15 dex save.
Like
I don't
Oompa
roll.
does.
Yeah, I don't roll.
Which one is that?
It's a DC 15.
They have to be 15.
They just take
Doesn't
He's
matter.
hurting pretty bad too, cause he, you know,
Is
he,
Oompa Loompa?
yeah, cause You
I'll
smack the
whack him
shit.
with
Yeah,
some
you whack him
nunchucks.
pretty good, and it's 15 dex.
I hit him with some nunchucks
10.
and I wanted a
Okay.
fair.
So he takes 5d4.
You need a 4.
But like, how do
Yeah,
I
I
win
mean-
nunchucks at a fair?
I need one
Yeah,
more.
more. I got none.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8.
8 on the pink Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
So, right after getting nailed, so he sees a shot, he sees lightning come flying, and he gets smacked with nunchucks, and before he can recover from that, he just gets a barrage of ghost ducks to the face. He's like pretty much like, he's not completely out, but he's basically just like laying on this, on here, trying to like figure out what the hell happened, and you
So-
still have Medusa.
Medusa's gonna go take a bite out of it.
Okay, so she's gonna need to make an acrobatics check. Like she can come up, she's got enough
Yeah.
space. Acrobatics to be able to jump up onto the cage.
That'll be Dex. 10.
That'll work. On top of the cage.
Okay.
Like, Daddy, it's
So,
funny.
bite.
Okay.
19.
That'll hit.
So 6.
She bites into it. Like she's got a thing for going. Like, she's learned. She,
She hates
goes
these
for the
Oompa
neck.
Loompas,
Yeah, she's-
man.
Arrgh. So she goes for the neck. So everybody got their surprise round, and we are down to 2 mostly dead
Worms.
worms
That
And-
can't get out.
that can't get out of their cages. So what does everybody like?
I'd say we just let him in there.
Leave them in there. So they're kind of pissed, like hissing at you and all that. Everybody just wants to walk.
I have one thing to do. I'm going to throw good berries at them.
Why would you want to heal them?
No, I'm
They'll sit down like
Because they'll eat
one.
them, and they'll.
I
gives them a
forgot
point.
they
Yeah.
heal. I forgot that good berries.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
Because I wanted to chuck one at one of their heads.
Okay. So you wanna?
No.
You still can.
I mean, you still can. They're not. They're
Oh,
stuck
true.
in there.
Yeah, true.
You just want to be a jerk. All
I
right.
was just gonna walk by him.
So you.
Oh, I wanted to kill him for that.
I mean, I would love
Yeah,
to
they're not
sli-
going anywhere.
I would love to slice one in half.
We're not
I mean,
letting
I
him
won't
out.
even roll initiative for that because like they can't get out. So if you guys can make your attacks,
Yeah,
and kill 'em,
I
make
can
your
put
attacks
my
and kill 'em.
sword in the cage and just
Go for it.
Roll an attack. I'm assuming you're going for the one that's right there next to you.
and that is a 19.
Okay, that'll hit.
Shing!
How much
Well,
damage?
How much they
Oh.
should have
You didn't just
Yeah,
kill
they're
him.
not dead. That one only took like the pot shot from Rose. It's not too bad. It's got a hole in it, but
And then it's mine. So we get 11.
11 damage. So you slice off the back end of its tail. It's not quite dead yet.
I'm gonna check.
I'm gonna flitter over to join the crew. So I'm still hanging back in that little alcove after I took my shot, watching all this go down. Like, I took the first shot, and you all just kind of like.
I guess I'll.
I was gonna come up to the lavender.
Go ahead.
Okay. I
I'm
mean,
gonna use.
I'll say your ball probably won't fit through the bars.
Nope.
So.
I'm
No,
gonna
we're
use
probably
my
just
shocking
stuck.
grasp. And
I'm just
touch
gonna
the
reach
cage.
in,
No,
reach
just
out and
touch-
touch fate.
touch
Oh, touch
the
the
cage.
bars.
Yeah.
Oh, like, all right, go for it.
So I think I have to make a roll. I don't think it's a saving throw. I don't know how it works if it's a saving throw. But let me check real quick.
Yeah, I don't know how, like, 'cause it's not like it can get away.
Shocking grasp. No, I make a melee attack.
Okay. Basically, you're just like grab.
Yeah, I'm
It's
just grabbing
it's a
it.
box.
Yeah.
So it'd be whatever your spell attack stuff is.
So
So
it's
10 plus-
16.
16. That'll hit.
Okay. And then that would do 2d8 now.
Okay. We'll double that.
And it should double it.
We'll double
That actually says that if the target's wearing metal, armor made of metal, but
It's-
I'm guessing if it's
It
stuck in metal.
counts because it's in metal. It's
No,
not.
I only get hit with 6 because I can't roll d8s. It's like-
6 total.
Yeah, 6 total.
So you shock it pretty good, and it's sizzling and it's bubbling, and it is almost dead. Like it's at a point now where somebody might as well just put it out of its misery.
I'm gonna shoot a bow at Lavender, so.
It's
You
like
shot through a bar.
I shot through the
Oh,
bar,
yeah.
and I got balls, like they're ammo, flintlock balls, so your arrow should fit through.
Should.
Should.
Should. For 11.
Dead. Oh wait, no, it's 11 total.
Well, 11 to hit.
11 to hit. So you go to fire, and it tings off the bar. You're a little like either overconfident or trying to explain to Medusa what happened with the squirrel. So you weren't quite fully paying attention. So
And you're also probably freaked out with the room's guy by your
she's gonna come up behind, and she wants to join in the action. So she's going to fire. Oh, she had about 19. Fire pretty much point blank. Right at it.
It broke on the bar.
It broke on the bar.
Oh,
Yes,
you
mine
chose-
was
16.
Oh.
Yeah, I
One
need that
back.
97th arrow. It's not mine. Don't laugh
So-
at me.
She takes a shot at the gummy worm in there and just right through the head, puts it out of its misery. So you got that lavender one hanging out there in the cage, looking miserable, shrieking, and like it wants, like, it has no purpose.
I will hit it with my lance.
I forgot you had that. Alright.
I do too.
You don't get advantage on that attack because you're not proficient.
Yeah.
Or you don't get the proficiency bonus because you're not.
And that's a 14.
You hit.
Yay. Okay. 1d6 plus strength.
But that was gonna be a tougher fight than that at the end.
It would have been.
1d6.
Right, you guys think outside the box.
So 2 plus strength, just 3, so 5.
Gotta get your shower.
I did. I was gonna wild shape and distract them while you guys
That was good.
Yeah, that was good. I'm just saying there's more than just like running up on a fight.
5.
Yeah, you killed it. You take it just through the bar, and it melts out. So, as everybody roots through,
I didn't
can't
know
really
you
do
this.
loot. The 4 of us will just do a straight 20. Whoever gets highest gets it.
Okay.
I think that's the fairest way we can do that. 12.
I got 13.
18.
So you find 35 of those gold coins.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
So you look at them and immediately you can tell that they're too light to be gold coins. So like you're like fiddling with them and you accidentally peel a corner back, they're chocolate coins wrapped in foil. So
Right.
those ones that you have aren't real gold, they're chocolate coins.
So I can eat them to heal?
You can eat them. So just
Well,
mark in there that they are actually chocolate coins.
Everything in this place has been rotten.
I was gonna say if you really want to
Oh,
eat
no,
them,
I'm
you
getting
can
rid of
eat
them. I'm getting rid
So
of them.
you found 35 of them.
Can I drop them, or can I give them to
You
Tyler?
can do whatever you want with them.
Here, take them.
How many did you have?
25.
So you get another 25. Okay.
I'm not eating that.
Okay, so that was fun. I like that. I like that.
I liked it too.
So we could leave. It is a little after 8. It's been about 3 hours. Do we want to call it here? Do we want to? We're about halfway through.
Yeah.
I would
yeah,
say
it's
call
fair.
it here then,
All right. Well then, peace out for now, guys.
yeah.